Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the FMC. It is our first day of playoff matches, and tonight we have the Free Agents versus the 94th. I'm going to be your main host and caster today, Yubi, and I'm joined here by Blue Stud.
Hello.
Alrighty. So, the draft has just started off, and we're immediately going to see the band coming out from the Free Agents. I believe that they had the side pick um, for this set because they have the higher seed, and I kind of find it interesting that they picked blue side to start because most teams at this level would usually want the red side counter pick instead.
Yeah,
But
I agree. It could be that they just really have like a priority pick in mind that they just think is better, even into a counter.
well, let's hope they have one heck of a first pick then, because I don't know any, and at least in my perspective, I don't know any champs that I would prioritize as first pick within this tournament. With the exception of like two players who aren't even like starters.
Well, maybe they have
There
some
else.
kind of strategy where they're kind of thinking this is a throwaway game. Like if they can pull out their opponent's good champions, then
That
on a red side they can have better champions.
that is a very fair strategy. I'm not gonna lie. That is something that can be done in soft fearless because it will lock them out for playing the rest of the series. Those chances for the rest of the series. I wonder if more teams will do that going forward.
It's an interesting
Uh,
strat to essentially throw away. I mean, not necessarily throw away, but
Lower your
intentionally
chances.
give
Yeah.
good champions.
Yeah, they've removed the Warwick and the Kennen so far. The Kennen for George Bush mid. I played against that last time. While the other side are opting to just remove mid laners from Protherius, it seems. With the Mel and the Malzahar gone. I'm surprised that no junglers have been removed yet, considering that Biot has a really good like reputation of just dominating uh, as a jungler. Um, they did remove the Warwick, but there's still the Kane out there and such, and we've seen what his Kane can do. They also removed the Tristana, strangely enough. Hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
strange setup, man.
that is their special first pick of Morgana.
First pick Morgana is coming out. I don't really know if that's worth the blue side, priority pick. But looks like they'll respond with Lux on the red side. Lux Morgana, polar opposites down the bot lane.
Well, you
Wonder what
never
they're gonna
know. It's
combo
a
with
first
that.
pick Morgana. What if that's Morgana jungle?
I would be very surprised if that was a Morgana jungle because that is extremely impractical, especially in a setting like this. Especially against a jungler like Biot, that would be wild. Pulling out the Lux Kaisa. Not exactly the most notable bot lane combos, but perhaps they're just going for comfort here. As we got Jin Morgana, a much better laning duo down there. So I'm looking forward to see how that gets pulled off.
Yeah, they'd be
Um,
in a lot of pain if either of their roots go down.
yeah, one hits, the other one's gonna follow. You know it. Wonder if they're going to bring out the jungle pick early here. I'd say maybe the mid pick, perhaps, because it looks like the 94th are looking to just remove a bunch of mid laners, considering they already got the Mel and Malzahar out the way. They,
Oh, they did not choose in time.
huh? Is this a Mord? It was supposed to be a Mord. They said. All right, there we go. Well, it was supposed to be a Mordekaiser pick. They did not lock it in time, but that is a Mordekaiser jungler top, one of the two. I'm not too sure. And in response,
Shen time.
um, they better pray that that's not a Mordekaiser top, because one of Shen's hardest counters in lane is Mordekaiser. Like, notably. Like, if you looked up Shen matchups, it's pretty bad.
Yeah,
The counter isn't that bad anymore.
he did get buffed a
I'm being
little bit.
informed it's not as bad anymore. I haven't played in a while, so I don't know, but
He was
from my
recently
experience-
buffed from his Q, I believe, was
Q?
better.
I'm being told his W has a better interaction with it. I look that up now. Shen skills. Alright. Let's see these change logs to
All right, the Kane has been
Spirit's
banned,
Refuge. Okay, there's the Kane ban. I was expecting that way earlier.
and a Rammus in response.
I do not see anything that they've changed about Shen W that would make it better against Mordekaiser in any of his patch logs. I see bug fixes, but there has not been any significant change that would let Shen fight against Mordekaiser. I don't know if the matchup is that much better for him, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, so the remaining bans was Wukong and Amumu, so 4 jungle bans. And
That's a lot of jungle bans, holy cow.
Cho'Gath on the Cougar side.
That's gotta be a Cho'Gath mid, right?
Yes, for sure.
And they're following up with a Silas. Silas with Cho'Gath ulti is going to be a little dangerous. That's a set top. That Mordekaiser's jungling.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, dude. Oh, no. I think the Mordekaiser top would be... it was a good flex pick. I think they should have stuck with the top instead of the set. Set into Shen is not as good. If anything, it's way worse. So that's going to be a little tough. It looks like the Cougars are finalizing their draft with a Briar. Now, here's the big thing about this draft so far. These drafts, there's some decent champions coming out here. Remember, this is soft fearless, everyone. That means in the upcoming games, they can no longer pick these champions going forward for each side. These champions are listed now. They cannot pick these, and not only that, but in game 2, they have to do a completely unique set of bans going forward in game 2. So this is going to be one heck of a series. I'm looking forward to seeing how much different these games are going to be with the addition of Soft Fearless. But for now, I'm kind of excited to see what goes on here. In terms of the team drafts, I think the free agents have a pretty decent draft in comparison to the 94th.
Yeah, I like their engage. Silas is always a menace, especially when he has, Shen and Cho'Gath ults, even Briar ult. But I do wonder how well Mordekaiser in the jungle will do compared to a Briar.
Mordekaiser jungle is definitely like it's off meta, but they made the champion able to jungle on purpose, so it's not like it's gonna be drastically behind. If anything, I think it's gonna be just decent because he's a great stat checker. So I think the Mordekaiser could be good as long as he doesn't take a direct 1v1 against Briar, because Briar is just disgustingly strong and isolated without the Mordekaiser R. But in terms of the draft, like the comp playstyles, both teams are honestly relatively short-ranged. The Shen, Briar, Cho'Gath, Kai'Sa, short-range comp. The set, Mordekaiser, Silas, also short-range. Morgana and Jhin does have some range on them. So that could help with getting some safe backline damage. But the 94th has to kind of play on the edge here, considering that they don't have a lot of range to work with.
Yeah, they're really going to be counting on that Kai'Sa to pop off.
Pop off and not get caught by a wild Mordekaiser R or a set slamming a Cho'Gath in her face,
Yep.
the usual ADC life. But yeah, so it looks like they are going to be loading in. We currently do have a spectator delay. Are there any final comments you'd like to make before we go on break real quick?
No, I'm just excited to see the first of the best of three.
Yeah, this is the first playoff match and our introduction, FMC's introduction to Saw Fearless. So I'm excited to see what the diversity of the games will pan out to be. Alrighty, whenever we're good, we'll be right back. Alright, I should be good. Alright, remember press U and then bring us back. Let me know
And
when
we're
count
back.
us down when. All right, welcome back everyone to our playoffs match, game 1 of 3. Is this going to be the free agents versus the 94th? I am going to be your main caster at UB, joined here by Blueston.
Hello.
All right, so both teams are opting to just start defensively, stacking in bushes on opposite sides. No invades happening here. Kind of wanted to see what happened in game 1. You know, game 1's usually the one where people like experiment the most, get a feel for the enemy team. I really wanted to see an invade.
Yeah, I guess they just didn't have the confidence, or maybe because it's the playoffs, they're just being extra cautious.
Perhaps they are the first match for the playoffs, so there we go. Junglers are going to be starting opposite sides, so they won't be encountering each other early in the river. In the mid lane, Cho'Gath Sylas immediately just chunking each other out for the trades. Can we get the scoreboard up while in between team fights, just for our viewers out here, so they get an idea of what items are out there. Yep.
So this Cho'Gath went Arcane Comet, actually, instead of going for, say, Hail of Blades, like some
Hail
of
of
them
Blades,
do.
yeah. That's the Hail of Blades has been the current meta. Arcane Comet has been an interesting choice. I don't see that quite often, but it's not necessarily bad. Both mid laners have hit the level 2. Spice Flash comes out as Sylas is trying for the aggressive play. Is now a flashless mid laner. He might need to take his recall because I feel like he's gonna die to the Sylas otherwise.
Well, Cho'Gath does heal when he kills the minions off his passive, but
Yeah, but he has to
still
last
scary.
long enough to reach that heal, you know. Meanwhile, on the top lane, massive trade from the set going into the Shen, chunking him down to half HP. Very, very good by him. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, there's that first route. There's no Morgana Q follow up, but Kai'Sa is getting chunked out. Visceral barely managed to get away with his life. Briar with an early gank top, sitting in the bush.
Oh.
Flash comes out from Preston, and he will go down. First blood going to the Shen. That is an extremely early gank. Wow. I wish I got ganks like those.
Seems like they were also a little worried about the Shen, so immediate support.
It was very well done. Gets him a minor lead to work with, and that will slow down set a bit in terms of laning phase. Unfortunately, though, Shen's wave clear is still going to be relatively weak. So when it comes later on, it will be hard for him to match the movement of set. But the early lead might be able to alleviate some of that pressure. Flash coming out from Yot right away. The Black Shield just immediately blocking the stun. Jin saving his flash till next game. Finally pulls it off, but he barely... No, he does die to the Briar Bleed and Red Buff combined. I'm surprised he didn't flash Deluxe through. He just ate that and decided to die.
Yeah, I don't know
But-
if that was just slow on the reaction, or if he just thought he was dead anyways. I'm not sure.
I think he was perfectly fine as long as like that root didn't hit, because Briar already flashed stun onto the Black Shield, nothing left. Meanwhile, Lunch Lady getting absolutely chunked out. Ignite going through. Feats of Warfare going to the 94th here. Wow.
Mordekaiser. Remember, Briar used their flash.
Yep, no flash on Briar. She will go down here. That is going to be the free agent's first kill Look at match. So they're not quite out the game yet. They're making use of the flashless timers. Meanwhile, on top lane, Shen taking his trade into set 2 levels down. I don't think he wins this unless Preston aims his W to the other side of the map. Unfortunate. But yeah, small lead towards the 94 so far. They're having a very good start. I think in terms of like scaling, I do think that the 94th has a better late game team, but the mid game spike coming from the free agents are no joke. Like Set, Mordekaiser, and Sylas become so powerful when the mid game comes along, because that's when they can like stat check the best essentially. But I wonder if they'll be able to get to that stage without throwing too much of a lead to the enemy. Here.
Well, thanks to the Mordekaiser, that Sylas got the kill, which will definitely help.
Yep, that'll narrow down the team gold gap a bit. It's only a 800 difference at the moment, with a minor CS lead for the enemy mid, but Mordekaiser's up by 3 camps it looks like. Oh jeez, Lunch Lady just eating that root there, getting chunked out, but Kai'Sa in return also getting blown up. That is not dangerous territory against a Jhin. Gets hit by a single root. I'm pretty sure Jhin can finish him off with like everything in 4th shot. Oh, there's the root.
Nice.
Okay, that's 1 root followed up, and there's the 4th shot. That's 1 kill. Now it's a 1v1 between the ADCs. Jin's attack speed is super slow. I don't know if he's able to keep up. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, big skirmish coming out as Sylas is going to try and all in the Cho'Gath here. Does miss the knockup here as he's trying to walk away to the jungle. Briar is nearby, trying. Oh, Stand United comes through. Will the taunt be able to catch us? The knockup comes through.
Ooh.
The taunt comes through as well. He is barely going to make it out. Briar finishing the dragon off to the side. Flash comes through as well. Protherius having to use his own to get away there, and he will manage to make it out. Very, very well done with that escape there.
Yeah, that was definitely a good use of the Shen ult. It didn't result in a kill, but it zoned him away, and Briar was able to get the dragon.
Yeah, so first dragon will go to the 94th here. Lots of resources used to save the Sylas. Cho'Gath ult coming back up relatively soon. He does have flash. He just needs to silence. Maybe hit a knockup. Nope, he will have to use it defensively as Mordekaiser did show up to save his lane here. On top of that, Lunch Lady as well, just in the area, ready to hover. No!
Oh.
The knockup hits! Oh, he doesn't get enraged to eat him. It was so close. Oh no. Protherius forced to use his to recall here, as all it takes is a single R for him to die. Meanwhile, Set... I should be laughing, but every time the camera pans top, I just see him missing his W, and that's not fair to him. Like, League Director is doing him dirty right now.
Yeah.
That ability is so hard to miss, but every time we've seen it, it's happened. The root combo hits again.
Root.
Yep. That's what we were talking about when it comes to the bot lane duo. The Deadly Flourish and the Dark Binding combined will just keep them standing there until an AFK warning comes up, you know?
Yeah, the one thing is the Black Shield has a longer cooldown, I believe, than the Lux Root by a little bit. So they really do need to try and play around, like make her use it early and then jump in.
Yeah, here comes a point blank Dark Flourish. As the Briar ult comes through, does hit the Jhin. She's going to go on him right away. Dehasian trying to get away here, but the certain death still has him marked. Biot is going to take this all the way. He is diving on the tower. He's not able to finish him off as Lunch Lady will get the kill credit on him. Curtain Call comes out as well as Jhin is trying to get his shots through. He will not hit a single one. Meanwhile, the camera yet again brings us to another mid skirmish instead of seeing the finale of that fight.
Yeah,
I wanted to see the finale for that. What the heck?
Unfortunately, the Lux, if they only held on to their ult for just a second longer, they would have seen where Jhin was standing for their ult, and it would have been an easy kill there, but it was still very close.
It really would have. Yeah, that's one thing that the Lux needs to look out for. Is like when Jin ulti, she's just gotta be ready to ulti in the direction he is, because it's very easy to tell where he is, even in fog. Considering that there's a cone leading right to his exact location. Gold is looking really even on both sides as the minor lead the 94th got in the beginning has narrowed down. Both sides at 15.3 to 18 gold each. In terms of individual like lane strength, every champion, every player is honestly super equal to the opposing side. With the exception of the ADCs, but 300 gold lead isn't gonna make it or break it.
Casual stroll from Briar.
Yeah, can we pull up the items so we can see like what components everyone's on now? Who's closest to their first item?
So, because of Briar's ganks...
Big fight rubs here as the Death Realm comes out. Briar is barely still alive here, but she is going to go down eventually as Rohan comes along to help finish the job off. That's going to be grubs for the side of the free agents. That puts him on a very, very minor lead now to start. But yeah, can we ooh. Root does hit, but he does get the chain off. He will get chunked out here, will not die, unfortunately. Okay. Just remember to have the scoreboard up between fights, though. Shen trying to do his best to keep the Mordekaiser finishing the grubs. He will be able to actually take one. Mordekaiser will be able to take one before he leaves, the last one. And Shen just has to walk away here. Meanwhile, bot lane, they might be looking for a dive here. Jin traps are everywhere, though, preventing them from actually being able to complete the dive, as Morgana does come back in time. Unfortunate, but the roam timer wasn't good enough. Meanwhile, Lux still holding on mid. I feel like the roles are reversed here. Like, Cho'Gath shouldn't be bot right now. Lux should be.
Yeah, well, they were hoping to get that gank on the Jin, but unfortunately now he's just gonna have to walk up.
Lux should have been there with them for that gank instead of holding mid. That was just very strange overall.
Nice poke.
The double root combo. Oh my goodness, it's disgusting. Next dragon is up. Stand United is up as well. There's the root coming in. Chains come out from Morgana as well. Flash forward does get the stun to Skier Girl. She will go down here. Kaisa, Killer Instinct comes out. Will she will finish Morgana? Does. Lunche is going to go down here. Bjork coming in. Flash comes out from Visceral, but he will die anyway. It's a shutdown goes to the Asian. Briar trying to finish him off. He might go for this dive yet again. The knockback doesn't hit anyone. Current call comes out. That's going to be 2 kills for the free agents there. They win out on that bot fight immensely. Very well done by them. Fool did come in for the last second to help him out there, but it was they've already won the fight. Jin right out there with his collector spike already, while the Kaisa just finished her first item. The first item spikes are coming out right now. I believe top lane should have enough gold on their next recall as well for this. Big trades coming out here. No W to finish this kill, unfortunately, and they're both remarkably low. Shen has to be very careful here, as one set W combo could finish him. But he looks like he's going for his recall here. That might be it's not a Stride Breaker. His recall is cancelled. He's going to try again.
So Shen does have their ult up at the moment.
Stand United is up. Meanwhile, Lunche roaming to the mid lane. Movement from Rohan does dodge Dark Binding, but does not dodge the abduction of Skan. And United comes through, barely saves him, as he will still go down eventually to cool, but not without taking down one with him, as the Lunche will go down. Flash taunt comes out, as Sylas will have to flash out as well. Light Binding will be able to get cool as he's trying to get away. Certain Death comes out as well. Final Spark comes through. That's going to be a shutdown onto Cool. Very well done, as they are again showing that they're not going down without a fight. Game's super even. The lead is going back and forth, evening out just frequently. They're not letting the other team get away with these plays. Pretty intense game 1 so far. I'm hoping it stays this way. in the remaining games.
Looking at the items, Cho'Gath elected to not go for the current meta of taking something like a Rod of Ages, going for more burst damage.
A one-shot Cho'Gath build. He has a Ludens going for a second alternator item, probably a Storm Surge, or a Shadow Flame, which would be insane to see, honestly.
Yeah,
he is doing big damage to Sylas, though. Sylas should respect this a bit more. The Cho'Gath has his ulti up. Wait, what is he doing? He just dies! Potherius just eats all of Cho'Gath's ability without even trying to dodge it, and he just goes down.
Yeah, you gotta remember that Cho'Gath E is max health damage. So the more AP he has, just the more he's gonna chunk you out, even a Sylas.
I feel like there was no excuse for Sylas to just sit there and die like that. He should have easily gotten away there. As Preston's Way is trying to see if he can solo out Rohan here, but he just walks away. Not enough raw damage to actually finish him there. Meanwhile, Cool finding Bio in his jungle, but will have to escape as he is getting backup from Rohan. They are going for the second set of grubs, it seems. They're positioning for it. Looking for something here. Neither bot laners are rotating for it, though, so it looks like at best it could be a 3-on-3, as Cool's actually looking for the recall here, while Bio is looking to gank topside.
Yeah.
This camera just really focused on watching whatever Lux is doing down here.
Well, they're so low, I mean, who knows what's gonna happen.
Wait, they are getting a lot of poke on Lunch Lady, though. They're hitting a lot of things.
Killing blooms into artwork.
Oh, really bad flower placement.
Hitting, the Void Seeker hitting, yeah. Cool opting to grab his red before beelining back to the grubs. Yo, on the other side of the map, man, they just... Both sides were positioning on the grubs, only for neither side to actually take it. Excuse me?
Well, with Cho'Gath suddenly doing very good in the middle, and Shen has been really hard to jump on the top lane, I can understand. But they're not really pushing the waves either, so...
Yeah, it's not too much happening here. Game is slowing down significantly, so... Sylas now playing with a little bit more respect to Rohan this time, after getting one shot the first time. Try to get a trade pattern through here, but I don't know if he's going to win this, as he is getting absolutely chunked out again. He's at half HP. The next knockup could spell as soon as the free agents do get the first Rift Herald here, putting it onto Set for the split. Meanwhile, the bot side is left completely empty for a bit, as both Deja and Lunch Lady had to recall, it seems, allowing Kai'Sa to free fire in that tower, getting into half.
Alright, Dragon's coming up shortly. And Shen does have their ult again.
Shen has a first item Deadman's Plate.
Yeah, just very tanky, very safe.
I don't think I've ever seen... You would want at least like a Sunfire or a Tiamat, though, because Shen's biggest weakness is wave clear, especially against a set of stop. And big team fight coming out here as Death Knell comes out onto the Briar. Cool looking at Solo Hammer. Meanwhile, on the side, Final Spark comes out, taking out Deja and Lunch Lady. They are going to go down here. Certain Death doesn't hit anyone. Set comes in with the teleport. He's on the flank. He does get a 3-man stun here. He will look at take out Rohan, who has to flash out. Meanwhile, Killer Instinct from Sylas goes into the backline, chasing out Kai'Sa, but he will go down as the boots come through. Skier Girl does manage to finish off Potherius here. And Rohan right here with the flank, aiming to take down Cool and Preston's White as they are leading with a sliver of HP, despite ultimately going to the advantage of the 94th, sorry. And they will be able to take Dragon here because the rest of the free agents are too low to keep contesting. That was a very sudden and wild fight.
Yeah, that's the power of the Shen ult. He can just jump in and immediately turn things around, and yeah, he just jumped right in the middle and started taunting.
it was looking good for both teams at different points in the fight. Like it started off looking good for free agents, then they got double kill, so it started looking for 9/4. Free agents set teleported from behind. That got that 3-man stun, but it just wasn't enough. Not enough damage to follow it up. Set could fight this with W, I think. If he tried getting some damage off and finishing it with W, I think he could have actually killed Briar there.
Yeah,
Because you can never run away from a Briar at that stage, right? You just had to stand your ground and try your best. No guarantee that he'd win it, but should have made the attempt.
just Cho'Gath eating creeps.
Yeah, Baron Call coming out from the bot lane. Looking like he's just clearing wave here. Wave clear, wave clear Jhin ulti. You know what? I respect it. I respect it.
Well, if they're trying to get the, prevent the tower from going down, I can get it.
Cho'Gath's on his second item, actually. He's actually significantly ahead gold-wise of being able to finish Shadow Flame there. That ultimate was Shadow Flame. That means if the enemy is ever low, his ulti will just straight up execute them with bonus true damage. Pretty immense. Flash comes out from left lane here as he tries to get their ultimate out, but he will die very, very fast. A teleport from Shen, normal teleport, not Stand United, will come out and he will taunt take down the Asian. That looks like they were trying to do Otacon here, but Visceral is looking really low. Like 2 rotations of the Otacon viral might end up killing him. Looks like they'll be able to finish it though.
Yeah, that's like Mordekaiser is heading down.
I think it'll be a bit too late, but 700 gold for the setup there. These are flowers. They have to try their best to get these because otherwise that Otacon. Yo's just running. What the heck? He's not helping Kai'Sa at all finish it. Oh, that's gonna give a good amount of XP to them.
Okay.
Final spark coming.
Just an ult in anger, I guess.
Final spark coming out. Want to poke at the Mordekaiser, you know? Next major objective coming up is going to be... Holy crap. Next major objective is going to be a dragon again, but Baron will also be coming up as well in 3 minutes. There shouldn't be any reason for the teams to fight here, but I'm curious to see what each side are going to go for, because Dragon Baron is going to come out at relatively similar times.
Everyone's in the middle now, but
yeah, they're not. They're looking for
is
something.
Looking a little. He seems pretty wary.
I would be too if the entire free agents team was missing right now.
Ooh,
that's scary.
That is not.
Oh, Dark Binding does miss, but he will still get rooted by the Lux ulti as Visceral is going to go down. Shutdown going to cool. Meanwhile, Skier Girl will also go down here, and that's going to be 2 down for the side of the 94th. Very well done as the abduction of Abscond does hit here. Set ulti, Showstopper will drag him on the tower, but they will be able to finish him off. Shutdown on Rohan. And that is going to be free agents again clawing their way back from the small deficit they've had. These teams are seriously not letting each other up with just keeping these leads. It's so even right now. 13-14, gold leads are equal. Sure, Set managed to get 2 towers top, but they did get an Otacon for the side of the 94th. Additionally, they also have 2 dragons, so the scaling is looking really good right now. I think the free agents might have to get worried the later the game goes.
Yeah, Kai'Sa's already shown how dangerous they'll be, especially once lethal tempo starts triggering.
Wait, Kai'Sa opting for a really creative, I don't know, weird build. I don't think I've ever... I don't think I see Kai'Sa crit anymore, but she has an Infinity Edge with her Yuntals. So she's going crit Kai'Sa.
It has seen some use on something like a Lucian to go more crit damage.
Oh yeah, for sure. But just Kai'Sa specifically, generally super good with on hit. And also the hybrid AP makes it really good. As the Dark Binding hits a Skier Girl here, she tries to flash out. The Ignite coming through as well. Flourish does, Deadly Flourish does not hit. Big fight coming out. Yo coming in. Shut down from Rohan. Finishing off Cool. Flash is coming out. Protherius trying to get in, but he gets rooted. The Asian sniping Skier Girl in the back there. 3-man pull by the set. Massive haymaker there. She chunks him out here. That's going to be 3 dead on both sides. The Asian walks into melee range for whatever reason. It gets absolutely destroyed by George Bush mid and Visceral just shooting him down. I don't even know why he walked in there. As Lunch Lady is going to get finished off as well. An ace for the 94th and perhaps their 3rd dragon.
Oh, it was looking so good, but then the Kaisa just really popped off, and I don't, like you said, I don't know why the Jin walked in there.
It was looking super even, but the Asian feeling too much for himself as he was just walking in, autoing Kaisa down, and not realizing Shen and Kaisa were combined, were just hitting him. But this was very good for a 94. This is the first semblance of a real lead a team's had this game. They got Dragon, they got a full ace. 1k gold lead's not much, but it's something. It'll start building, maybe. They are 1 point away from Seoul as well, so I'm curious to see what free agents are going to do to stop this.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, the set has gone for Hullbreaker. They clearly want to push a side lane, but they aren't having that much luck making that Shen budge. And the danger of Shen is, of course, with the ult, he can just immediately jump all the way across the map.
Shen finally has a wave clear tool now, though, so he is able to like actually, wave clear before doing anything. But I don't know if he can actually stop Set from hitting his towers, because he did just take the tier 1 bot, looking like he might take the tier 2 as well. This Cho'Gath is absolutely massive now, going full AP as well.
Yeah, they're about...
This guy has a 3rd alternator. Is he actually going Storm Surge? What is he doing?
It's about 30 CS above the Sylas at the moment.
Triple alternator build is insane. Holy cow. It's like the free agents are sieging for the tier 1 mid. I don't think that they can really do anything to stop him here, as they will just take it for free, honestly. They are rotating their own people over, but tier 1's already gone down. Now they're moving to secure the 94's red jungle, probably in preparation for Baron. They want something here. They want this Baron. They want to fight. This is that mid-game spike I'm like talking about, where like if the longer the game goes, it's gonna be unfavorable for free agents. So they got to do something. This is their way of doing it. There is actually no vision of the Baron for the side of the 94th here. Oh, Jin walked into vision for just a second. They know now, and they're coming in to try to secure it. Set getting dangerously low. Certain death coming in for him. Stand United followed up. Haymaker coming out as well, along with the Showstopper. He will ulti him back. He is still barely alive, but he will go down regardless. Baron does go down eventually to the side of the free agents with the sacrifice of Preston is White. Meanwhile, Rohan teleported to the bot side to take the tier 2. They traded Set and a tier 2 for that Baron, but I think it's worth it if they're able to get a siege going here. Meanwhile, Cool finding himself isolated. He might actually go down here. I don't know why he's so confused. Wandering in the jungle like that, he has to flash out now so he doesn't get ganged on there.
It was a little odd that they went with the Cho'Gath TPing bottom. You would usually want the Shen to be split pushing, since if they need to, they can use their ult to join the fight, but you just sent the Cho'Gath alone?
Well, it's more like the Cho'Gath teleport to that to get the tower, right? He wasn't there originally. Shen used Stand United to get to that fight.
But that's the thing, if Shen just stayed the bot lane, they still could have jumped.
Final Spark comes out, Skier Girl will go down, along with Lunch Lady being eaten by Rohan earlier, sorry. But yeah, no, Shen was in that fight using Stand United, but I assume they deemed that they couldn't get the Baron, so they just sent the Cho'Gath down there to get the tower, which is a good amount of gold. Like, tier 2 towers are 700 gold. So I can see that they want to get something if they're going to lose Baron. At least that's what I'm assuming. I don't know what their comms actually are like.
I just feel like because the Cho'Gath wasn't there and the Shen wasn't really there, you know, they didn't have any front line, which is the same reason that they backed away when their tier 1 mid turret was taken.
Yeah, but they didn't even know that Baron was being done until it was at 5,000 HP.
Yeah, and
Like, they
the
didn't have
vision
the
has
vision for it.
been a bit of an issue as well, but they really need to
Yeah,
have
so-
one of their 2 tanky champions near the fight.
Yeah, that's what the Shen ult did. Shen ultied into that fight. That's how they got the set. But it was too late because they already got the Baron. Set died, but they got the Baron. But it looks like the free agents aren't really doing anything with the Baron despite getting it. Like, this is their moment to be sieging. They should be going a 4-1 position, making use of this, because otherwise that Baron meant nothing. They lost set and they lost 700 gold to secure that Baron. They need to put this siege to use. Silas extremely weak right now, just losing to the Shen in the 1v1 here. This HP drain is not enough. He actually might get soloed by George Bush mid here, getting absolutely chunked out here. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Dragon, Curtain Call comes out, Death Realm comes through as well. They're looking for Dragon. Set does finish off with the Haymaker. Certain Death comes out as Cool and Beal are just fighting it out at the moment. Asian trying to come in to join this fight. Pestilence White might be able to finish off Beal here. Does stand united, doesn't finish coming through as 94th will have to walk away here. Free agent successfully steals the soul point from them, buying them another 5 minutes before soul. This is looking good right now for free agents. They're again clawing their way back. The gold lead is evening out yet again, and they're just preventing the 94th from getting any significant objectives to finish the game. These teams are not giving each other a break.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
If it's just one bad play, it could really, really mess up someone's game.
One auto attack brings down Skier to 30% HP. Killer Instinct comes through. Stand United from the Silence comes out as the Asian will live. Bind comes in and Visceral will go down after using his Killer's Instinct to go in. Massive shutdown to the Jhin there. Oh, that was extremely greedy by him, but also very well played by Protherius, saving the Asian from getting absolutely sniped out by the Kaisa. The Kaisa who also opted to actually go Nashers into... She has AP now. She's blended in AP. What? Wait, I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
I don't know about that one. I got the rest of the build, but not that one.
She went... You either go full crit or you go odd hit. She's like blending the two together, which is very strange to me.
It's a bold move. We'll see how it plays out, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how to react to that. Meanwhile, Jhin on the other side, almost finishing his entire crit build. About to reach 100% here. I assume he's finishing off with shield bow. Silas not looking too high here. Yep, that Sword Surge onto the Cho'Gath here as his third alternate item. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Protherius getting absolutely chunked out here. Killer Instinct comes through. Curtain Call comes out as well.
Oh.
The 4-shot does hit and finishes off Yot. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Death Realm comes through as it's just George Bush mid versus both Cool and Preston is white, but he will not be able to stop him taking the tier 3 shutdown going to Cool here, and they're going to get the top turret. The inhib as well.
So
Sieges,
Cho'Gath has decided to try and trade.
the Dark Binding does hit Skier Girl. That's going to be 3 down. They are going for the end here. 3 of the 94th are dead. They might actually win. Dolty comes out as they bring Visceral away from the turrets. Does finish him. Set flashing the knock-up here. Rohan trying his best to see where he can prevent the enemies from actually winning 1v2, but I don't know. The enemy still has 4. They're going for the bot tier 3 now. So the bot in here. I feel like if the Asian just walked up and started hitting the Nexus, this game would have been over already. He's walking up right now. He's autoing it. It's going through. Will this be enough?
Well, Briar's back. But so is Silas.
Fire does come back. Lunch Lady is going to be able to barely get away here. Yo, it does go down. Rampage for the Asian. Aetherius is trying to do what he can to finish off George Bush mid. George Bush does go down.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Festus White teleported and runs straight towards the Nexus. He's going to be able to finish it. That is game 1 to the free agents. Well done.
That was
Wow.
action-packed from start to finish.
That was insanely action-packed from start to finish.
And so now we'll be seeing how they're going to change because it's Fearless. They can't play any of those again.
Yep. Welcome back, everyone, to Game 2, the 94th versus the Free Agents. That first game was pretty intense, not gonna lie. The Free Agents managed to get a decisive victory despite getting aced earlier into the series, but with the Baron buff and a very good pick on bot side with 3 people, they were able to just finish the game altogether. Going into game 2, remember this is Fearless draft. That means that they are not able to pick the exact same champions as they have earlier in the match, and they cannot make the same round of bans this time. So it seems like in both sides, we're going to start off with the Fiora ban and the Morgana ban.
It's always interesting when you ban the champion that your team played.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think the Free Agents played it last time, so they also banned the Bell as well. Neither side wants to see a Mel ban, my bad.
And a Lux ban.
There's the Lux ban coming out. Banning their own champs. Nefiri, I understand the Nefiri ban. Nefiri is just busted. The 94th are immediately going to pull out the Mumu. No hesitation. That's the pick they wanted. They picked that fast. And I'm not going to lie, I respect it. Mumu's a strong jungler. A really strong jungler.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the jungles that I'm most wary of.
Even if he's behind, just that ultimate, so effective. Free Agents will be able to get the Tristana as well. Even though they banned it last time, looks like they're going to pick it up early now. Wonder what they're going to do to pair with it. Okay, so here's the Warwick. That got banned out last time. So this is where you could already see Soft Fearless giving the versatility and availability that people want for their picks. Because Warwick was removed last time. Now they're just be able to pick it up. Although it was Sox in the Shadow who did remove it themselves, it looks like they're going to pick it up early this time because the Amumu was out. The Kennen also coming out, which was banned last time. So George Bush mid is able to actually pick up this Kennen for this set, followed by the Sona. Sona for Skier Girl.
Sona's...
That is one of her main champions according to her masteries. So
it's interesting to pick since, very, very squishy. As squishy as they come, and you don't know what you're going against.
Yeah. The enemy team has lots of damage as well so far with the Warwick Tristana, even the Yorick. The Yorick pick coming out for the top side. That's going to be a difficult matchup for Kennen as he doesn't have a very good solution to dealing with Maiden. And on top of that, his push ability is not that great to stopping the Yorick split, not going to lie. Meanwhile, going to the bans again, they're going to remove Lucian. Preventing the Lucian Sona combo. Not as good as like a Lucian Nami, but I can kind of see what they're going for. On the other side, they are removing the Nautilus. Trying to make sure that Tristana doesn't get a engage support to start these fights out. This is going to be the same thing as last time, where the Free Agents looks like they're going to have a very close to mid-range team, as Tristana has very low range for the first 11 levels of the game. Meanwhile, the Cougar, the 94th, will have that kind of medium long range setup. So we'll see if that will play to their advantage again this time, as they are removing the Sivir to prevent even more range coming out from the 94th.
Yeah, they really want to limit who that Sona would be buffing. Both of them are very mobile champions.
Galio ban is going to come out as well, trying to make sure that they don't get too many melees to run with. The Galio would have actually gone insane here for the free agent, so I'm not surprised they did remove it. Support hasn't come out yet, though, so I think they really need to get that. I don't think they would want to last pick their mid lane or otherwise. That'd be extremely strange. But who knows what they have in store.
If they're going engage, I think Leona would make a lot of sense.
Seraphine support with the Tristana as a lane duo. That's weird, but I can see the effects of it when they go into a team fight. Because Seraphine can do a great job at disengaging from the enemy if they try to go into the Mumu cannon with her ulti. Cougars will be going Ezreal with that Sona Ezreal. That's going to be a lot of poke. A lot of lane pressure coming up from the bot side there for the 94th. Now I wonder how they're going to round it off, as their final pick here is going to be top lane, mid lane here.
At the moment, it's... Yeah,
Yone
I was expecting
going to come out.
something melee.
Oh, that's spicy. Okay. There's a lot of damage coming out for the 94th right now. They do have the Amumu front line, but he is their only tank type champion.
Yeah,
So-
that's exactly why I was wondering if like a Yasuo or a Yone was going to show up.
Oh boy, that's a lot of damage coming out. I think the 94th is really reliant on a snowball going off here. They have very strong lanes, but they had to come out of lane winning to make this work. Because otherwise, Yorick, they don't have a great solution to Yorick, as he will destroy both Kennen and Ezreal in any split. On top of that, it looks like the final pick of Fizz is going to come out, and Fizz as well will just assassinate any of their squishies in a side lane. So they really had to come out of lane snowballing, or else it's going to look a little rough for them, not going to lie.
Yeah, this looks really, really dicey for the 94th.
Yeah, if I'm gonna judge the teams, I don't say this a lot for a lot of comps, but seriously, free agents is super solo queue. You got the Yorick pick, you got the Tristana, Warwick, you got the Fizz. These are all things I would see just in my ranked matchmaking games.
Yeah, only the Seraphine is kind of odd. I would have gone for an engage for sure.
Yeah, Seraphine is a little odd. I definitely think Engage will work best with Tristana here, but I can kind of see what they're aiming for. I think maybe a Braum or something would have been better here if they could play it. Cougars, on the other hand, they have a lot of damage, but my worry is just how squishy they are as a team. If Yone doesn't win the mid matchup, Fizz is going to be such a menace for them. And then, not gonna lie, the Kennen versus Yorick matchup is a little rough for Kennen if he also doesn't get a lead.
Yeah, for sure.
In terms of just pure wave clear, they have terrible wave clear. Ezreal, single target, Qs, can barely wave clear. Kennen also can barely wave clear. Yone is okay, but he's melee. So if they ever siege a Yorick in, Yone can easily get poked out to prevent him from clearing wave against the Yorick. So this is just overall really rough in terms of being able to stop a siege. They need to snowball this game so hard that they can just ace and 5-man end it at 20-25 minutes. I feel like that's their only win con.
Yeah, I mean, these are tough matchups, and if it doesn't go well, that Ezreal Sona poke is just gonna fall off real bad.
My countermeasures are ready.
Yeah, not only that, but just everything about the free agents are just dive. The Tristana is gonna jump in on them, the Warwick's gonna jump in on them, the Yorick, he doesn't jump in, but his ghouls will. Fizz, he'll do Fizz things and go invulnerable, because that's fair and balanced. The original Nefiri, if I dare say.
Yeah, it's definitely a good game for exhaust on the 94 side.
Yeah. But overall, who do you think is gonna pick up the win in this game in terms of just looking at their drafts?
I mean, I feel like the Socks in the Shower definitely have the stronger one, but I suppose, I mean, I do love Sona, so maybe I'll just root for Sona.
All right. I agree that Sox and Shower has really good, like, in terms of, like, playstyle matchups. That they're much better at picking them off. But I want to see a game 3, so I also want to say that I hope 94th wins.
Yeah, always got to think about the game 3.
Yeah, always gotta think about the game 3. All right, we're about to head into spectator delay. I don't know if you have any further comments to make going in. I got nothing else, honestly.
No,
This
just
game
hoping for an
look-
exciting game just like the first one.
The first game was absolutely crazy. It was so close and so even up till the end. Like, even at the very end, the team that was behind somehow pulled the victory. And they weren't behind by much either because the lead kept going back and forth since the first 5 minutes of the game. Like, it really was anyone's game to win. Like, seriously, that was close. But yeah, I don't have anything else. And if you don't have anything else, I think we're good to go to intermission. Make sure to stay hydrated, everyone. Get some drinks, maybe your dinner, a snack, in preparation for game 2 and potentially the final game of the night. We'll be right back.
Hello, and we are back in for game number 2.
Yep, this time we're going to have the 94th versus the free agents again. Game 2, they have swapped sides this time, and we are potentially looking at the final game of the night based on what goes on. The draft from 94th isn't exactly inspiring confidence in terms of victory, but who knows? Maybe they just have the pure mechanics to win. They are looking for an early invade here. Just looking to get that ward out. They used 2 wards already to watch for the red side. I think one of them might just not be useful at all. The Raptor ward though, that's a good one. Top side. This looks so rough just for the Kennen. Kennen has such bad clear and AoE, and just even in terms of just like taking out single targets. And Yorick just does really good into champs like that.
I am
Oh, the
surprised they
Asian
did.
lady looking for a level 1 here as they poke out Skier Girl, starting very good damage.
I am surprised to see Arcane comment on the Yorick instead of, you know, like a Conqueror or something.
I do understand it because I run it myself when I play Yorick into range. It's just that it's hard to ever stack Conquer into a range top laner. So you would go Arcane instead, so that every time you hit the E, not only do the ghouls attack, but the extra Arcane damage poke is going to do some work as well. I do the exact same thing when I play like Aatrox. I'll run Arcane Comet into range top laners. So if I hit any of my Qs, it will just make that poke hurt so much more. Rohan getting some great damage off onto Fizz here as he's bullying him early. Meanwhile, George Bush mid, getting some poke as well onto Yorick, but Yorick has some great self-sustain during laning phase because of his Q, so perhaps he'll be able to survive the poke. Oh, great trade pattern from Protherius here as he does end up taking a good amount of HP from Rohan. He's unable to get his Spirit Cleave out in time. Bot lane still looking as aggressive as ever.
Yeah, it's a little rough early on because Seraphine really outranges the Sona.
Seraphine's just better Sona. Everyone says it.
Well, once Sona gets going, multiple
Sona
heals and
scaling is
shields.
really good. Yeah. Oh, level 3 for the Asian lunch lady here, but Visceral will be able to just shift away in time. Meanwhile, in the top lane, George Bushman caught in the cage, taking significant damage. This is what I was talking about. Yorick just does so good into like weaker range champs if he just lands an E on them. Absolutely chunks out George Bush mid. That Rohan Protherius going to a heavy trade pattern. Protherius does have Ignite, so he has very good kill pressure right now.
Mumu is setting up for a gank, but they were spotted.
Yep. The advantage toss does hit one of them. Lunch Lady being forced to flash away. Meanwhile, on the top side, Preston is white. George Bush mid going for a fight here. Preston is white out of mana here. George Bush mid playing with fire as he goes in with his spell. He has to leave here. A flash Q from York could very well finish him. Meanwhile, Rohan looking to see if he can potentially get a kill here, but gets electrocuted. Ignite still available on Protherius. A QW does clean out Rohan.
Very close again, just like last game.
He uses Trickster to go in there, so doesn't have a way to dive here. Thorn Shield doing great work to keep Rohan alive right now. Protherius is now gotta play carefully, as he is also within lethal for Yone. The poke coming out from the Ezreal. Chunking him out. Rohan taking a free tower hit. That's not what he should be looking for right now. He also uses Spirit Cleave early here. Protherius can still just kill him here. It's lethal. Auto W Ignite and use Trickster to get away. That's enough to finish off the Yone without his Spirit Cleave.
Yep, he's playing it very close.
There's that Arcane Comet, by the way. Gets reset by the ghouls and it just goes out. Free damage. Pretty good setup.
CCYs are pretty even. Tristan has a couple minions on the Ezreal at the moment.
Yeah, very minor lead so far. Top side, here comes the Maiden. Oh boy. George Bush mid has to flash out here to survive, or else he will go down. The Morning Mist did hit with that Maiden spike. That is deadly. Flash out from George Bush mid, making very successful to being finished off here. They are looking to clear the first set of grubs. With the help of Yorick Maiden, this should be extremely fast, extremely easy for free agents right now. George Bush mid might be able to face check this. Morning Mist does hit him. The Ghoul's doing so much damage. Kennen versus Yorick is just not fair for the Kennen. Rohan does rotate in to see if he can help out here. Ultimate, Maelstrom coming out from George Bush mid, trying to get any damage off. First blood comes out. Preston's White will go down. The Maiden will fall with him. Yorick getting hit by the Fizz ultimate here. The Shark comes out. Cool coming in, trying to see what he can do. Does fear him away. Protherius gets a kill. Ignite comes out. George Bush mid is slowly bleeding out. Lunch Lady comes here to join the fray. Does shield Protherius here. Will Rohan be able to finish anyone else?
He's trying.
He's trying his best here. Flash from Protherius comes in. Skier Girl arrives as well. This is going to finish off Protherius, and Rohan's going to go down. 3 kills for the free agents and the rest of the grubs for them as well. Great start for the free agents, but the 94 did not go down without a fight, as they took down 2 themselves during that. First blood going to the Kennen as well, so it's not the worst outcome in the world. Very close, honestly. Very, very close.
Yeah, if only if Seraphina wasn't there, if Sona had, mirrored the Seraphina, that definitely would have been an even closer fight.
Remember.
So Sheen on the Yorick, but an alternator on the Kennen for more damage.
Yeah, Sheen's going to go into Triforce. That'll be a significant amount of strength here, as Preston's White's just going to get the plate for free. Getting stun locked right now. Lost half his HP, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a threat here until Kennen gets his ulti back. It is coming up right now, so he might look for this as he does hit the stun. Will he be able to finish him off? Preston's White biting a bit more than he can chew off. Slicing Maelstrom is back up now. Will he use it? He does use it, but he's stuck in the cage.
He was
No!
not in range.
Oh, he does hit the Q because Preston's White just walks up instead of runs away, and he will go down. A Mumu! Curse to the side, Bubby comes out, hits both of them. Rohan coming in as well. Does hit cool, but Trickster does get Protherius out of that. Meanwhile, the Shark does come through. Rohan gets the kill on Protherius. Cool versus both Yone and a Mumu. Mumu will have to back away there. Did not even throw a bandage toss to help out his boy. What the heck? I feel like they could have won that if the Amumu stuck with it.
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't try going in there as well.
I think the bandage toss would have been enough for the damage from Yone to finish him off.
It is a lethal tempo Warwick who already was, you know, primed and ready, so I guess he just worried that he was too strong at that moment.
Yeah, this is the game we were looking for. It's back and forth right now. This is what we wanted. The game is close. Each team is not losing out to the other very much. If one team even gets a tiny lead, the other team will somehow drag it back. Pretty intense. Kenneth just getting bullied by the little ghouls being thrown out every now and then. It's very little he can do about it.
Just
I
don't
feel like the
die.
only way he actually gets anything done is Preston if he gets greedy for the plate like he did last time. There's a gank coming up from Biot here. I don't know if they'll be able to finish him off as George Bushman just gets caged and can't do anything. The bandage toss does hit. I failed to see that anything resulting from this as Maiden comes out. Preston's White might be able to get the kill here as he will get hit by the slicing Maelstrom. Gets stunned twice. Bandage toss comes out as well. Preston's White is going to go down. He gets absolutely destroyed by the chain CC coming out from both George Bushman and Biot. Very well done by them. He's biting off way more than he can chew. He's now 0-3 start. This is the lead that Kennen was looking for too. He wanted this.
Like I told you, this is the master plan.
Master plan. This is their best comp going in. Oh, wow, wait. The Shark from Protherius does miss Rohan here as he is trying to go in all the way, chum the waters. Not able to really get much out of it.
Ooh.
Some poke damage coming out from bot side. Very uninteractive down there so far. Barely any KP from either laners. George Bush mid just wandering down there. I don't know if he should be making this roam with the Yorick just top. He might be looking to secure the dragon here, but he is going to lose the entire tier 1, I feel. Wait, no, Yorick is going to the grubs. He's not making use of this prio he has, pressure he has. This gives time for George Bush mid to just teleport back up there. Seer Girl getting caught out here. Flash ulti. Wait, that was kind of sick to watch, not gonna lie. And she is able to get out with the cost of her ulti and flash though.
I don't know if they needed to use their flash with the ult hitting there, but better safe than sorry, I suppose.
Better safe than sorry. I respect it.
Unfortunately,
That is going to be
is-
6 grubs.
Yeah, 6
Oh,
grubs.
jeez. That's going to be 6 grubs with a Yorick, too. And a Tristana. Oh, jeez. Their
Yep.
split potential is going to be insane. Big team fight coming out in mid lane. Protherius misses the Shark. Chum the waters. Anyone Fate sealed. Misses the mark because of a flash. Protherius finds himself in a very precarious position as Biot and Yone looking to come in from both sides. Protherius dashing through Biot to try to get away here. George Bush mid coming in. Flashes forward. Finishes the kill from him. I think he would have died to towers. I don't know how necessary that flash was. But that is another kill for the Kennen. He still has Slicing Maelstrom up, so he might be able to get something from Preston's White here, who gets a plate for free. Kennen's getting really, really strong right now. I don't think that'll help him with the actual prevention of push from the Yorick, but he will devastate team fights like crazy with this kind of lead.
Yeah, for sure. This part isn't gonna change a whole lot, but as long as they have the damage to say jump on that Tristana Seraphina, that'll be good.
Yeah, but that's the 6 grubs for the
Oh,
side of the
nice.
free agents is deadly here as Slicing Maelstrom is going to come out as Preston's White does land the cage in the morning mist. But as you can see, just the natural matchup is so bad for George Bush that even though he's up 3 kills, he is losing this devastatingly. Seraphine ulti coming up in the bot lane as the agent goes in onto Visceral. He has to flash out with barriers in order to get away here. He does make it out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, oh, nothing's happening. Actually, we go back to the bot lane. The agent diving in, managed to finish off Visceral as Cool comes in as well for the dive. Tower comes in, finishes off. The ultimate comes out. Ultimate duress does not get him anywhere as he will die and get the shutdown to Sona. Bio coming in a little bit too late to be able to save the play, but he will stop them from taking the turret.
That's definitely the type of situation they would have wanted something like Exhaust or at least a heal instead of an Ignite, which they did not use.
That is very true. Yes, I think Exhaust would have been amazing there to save lives. Preston's White securing the tower top with the 6 grubs, the 4 ghouls, a maiden. How do you stop this guy? What champ on their team would you match here? Hits one morning miss. The Rocket Belt doing negative damage to the ghouls. These are basic units, by the way. And he's at half HP because of them.
Yeah, that's real rough.
Kenneth Wave Clear is so sad to see. I feel so bad. What is Yone going for here? I can't tell what his build is supposed to be. He has a Claymore. He has the Scout Slingshot.
I
don't know what he's aiming for. He has Merc Treads over Berserker Greaves.
They're clearly trying to win the lane, this specific lane.
He is waiting out trades against Aetherius, I guess. So I still feel like that is just a very strange build overall as a fellow Yone player. But I also haven't been playing like a lot of the new Yone meta builds, so I don't know if it's like one of them. Yo coming in mid does hit the bandage toss. Curse of the Sad Mummy comes through, and they will be able to actually get Aetherius there, who needlessly ignites and will go down. Be on the bot side, 3-man encore as the Lunch Lady might be able to get away. Nope, does not get away there as the True Shot Barrage will finish him off. Meanwhile, on the top side, this is what I was talking about. The Kennen left the Yorick alone because he can't match the wave clear, and look what happens when you don't match the Yorick. He takes that tier 2 in 15 seconds flat. What?
I mean,
that is the dangers of leaving a split pusher alone. You cannot do that, ever.
Yeah, apart from going really crazy and getting like a static shiv, I don't know how they could possibly push the lane.
I'm telling you, 6 grubs, 4 ghouls, 1 maiden, a Yorick. That tower's dead, and they let it die there. That was bad. Doesn't matter if he's 0-3. He's honestly equivalent gold to the Kennen. He's above gold in Kennen because of that, with the minus CSV too. Meanwhile, bot lane, ultimate duress coming through, hitting bit. It's jumped on by the Asian. Well, is getting significantly chunked out. Here he comes out. Slicing Mills comes through for George Bush mid. He gets 2 down immediately as Cool is trying to get deep anything, but he will go down as well. No, he doesn't. He will go down to the Spirit Cleave from Rohan. Fate Seal coming through as well. Does not manage to hit Aetherius as he will get away with a sliver of his HP. True Shot Barrage barely missing as well. Fizz walking away. Very good fight for the 94th here, but I don't know what they can get out of this. They do get the Dragon, but on the other side of the map, Jurgen's just soloing the Rift Herald for his inevitable push towards another lane.
Well, they have 5 kills on their Kennen now.
They do. The Kennen is super strong. That's what I was talking about. Kennen won't have wave clear power against Yorick, but in team fights, you know, he's gonna perform, and he did perform there. He absolutely decimated the free agents there when he went in. But he has to be careful. He needs to coordinate with his team somehow and let one of them know to match the Yorick, because otherwise, he's just gonna take turrets for free. They need to get Yone or Moom or someone up there, or even outright kill him before anything happens. Here comes Rohan coming over the wall with his Spirit Unbound, trying to get some damage off, but he won't be able to catch him ultimately. Maybe Maiden goes down here? Yep, the Maiden does go down here. I'll give them a little bit of leg room to work with as they'll weaken the push just a bit. Face check Rohan to Portherius here. Trickster trying to get away. Mortal Blade does not manage to catch anyone there. Meanwhile, on the top side, Rift Tail does come out. Preston's White getting jumped on. He can climb in the Rift Tail, make a grand escape if he gets close enough, but Slicing Maelstrom comes through. The CC chain is too much, and Preston is White will go down here.
It's a very disgusting combo.
Lots of CC. Yorick in the all chat, that was supposed to be a ward. Fair. I feel his pain, to be honest. I feel his pain dramatically. The amount of times I've dropped the Rift Herald in place of a ward. Oh boy. He could have climbed into it and made an escape though, even with that mistake. Probably just wasn't thinking about it. Fate Seal comes out onto Portherius as he does get dived in by Rohan. It will actually go down. That might be a tower for the 94th mid here. Meanwhile, George Bush mid might be able to get their first tower top here. They're actually able to fight back against the free agents to prevent their push from going through. Cool getting jumped in, ultimate to arrest, to dodge the Sona ultimate as she will go. Rohan will go down here with the encore from Seraphine onto the side. Skier gonna get caught out as well. There's just no way for her to escape, unfortunately. Crescendo getting stopped by the unstoppable from Warwick ulti was just unfortunate.
Yeah, at almost the same time that Sona used their ult, the Seraphina also used their ult.
Yeah,
caught there.
Outside. Oops. Oh, George Bush mid with the flank into Cool. Slicing Maelstrom comes out. Cool trying to walk away with a sliver of HP. Flash comes out. Will be able to secure the kill. Meanwhile, Yorick in the bot lane. He took that turret. It's been 15 seconds. Like,
they're moving up. Is it going to be? Surely not an Atacon.
They need someone to match him. Rohan is going down there to match Yorick right now, so perhaps he's able to stop it, but the Maiden is out. I feel like he can go for this. He is going for it as the Mortal Steel does come through. Lots of damage comes out. Another Airborne comes in, but will not be able to finish the kill here as there's no Fate Seal to be left. The flow of the game was going very heavily. Sorry to cut you off.
I'm sorry. I was just about to say that Kennen, now 6 kills, has just completed a Zonia's.
Oh, yeah, that is a good point. He will be able to make his dive now into the middle team and just not get targeted. You can't stop his stun now. But yeah, the flow of the game was going into the favor of the 94th at first, but free agents just dragging and forcing the game to be played at their pace at the moment. Sorry, 94th dragging the game to be at their pace right now. But the free agents are letting everyone know that they are not out of the count yet, as they are fighting back greatly, trying to prevent them. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Rohan with some amazing Yone mechanics. Fate Seal coming through. Preston's White fails Flash,
nice.
But he will actually be able to finish the Yone there as his auto attacks does get canceled. He cancels auto far too many times by accident. And that will make the difference for that solo kill there. He had a chance to finish off Preston there and just barely manages to lose that. He went Yuntong on Yone! Oh my goodness! I have never seen that before, and I don't think it's good, to be frank. Meanwhile, Portheria is getting the pick onto Skier Girl mid along with the Seraphine Encore, which I think is unnecessary. But the free agents are losing a bit of their momentum and tempo right now. They really got to get it back if they want to win this game.
Yeah, they were. I mean, the Yorick is really hard to deal with when he's split pushing, but the Yone is very skilled. And
who wins, the 0-4 Yorick or the 3-3 Yone? I feel like if the Yone had Blade of the Ruined King, he would have won that.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Oh, big fight going on here as Mumu goes in. Curse of the Bad Mummy comes out. They want to immediately choke out Preston's Way. He's down. Slicing Nelson comes through. It's solo onto Cool. Cool's going to die as well. There's that tempo regain that they required to get back to the game. But Darius is caught here. Will he burn to death? Lunch Lady out isolated. The Crescendo comes through. Will the kill go to Skier Girl here? It looks like Lunch Lady's actually might be able to make it out here.
Oh,
Flash comes from
flash
Mysterio to
for the
finish the kill. They're able to get it free, just getting back that lead in tempo, and able to keep the game at their pace. And this is what they need. The moment they start losing their tempo, it's gonna be over for them. You need to keep up this aggression. They need to keep up this lead, or else it's gonna be too much to deal with that split pushing Yorick and Tristana.
Well, 3 dragons will definitely help.
3 Dragons will definitely help. This is very good for them. Looking very good for them so far. Damage is looking like the solution here as Kennen with an astounding 6-1 lead. And on top of that, their sole tank in frontline, and Mumu is starting to build his tank items as his Leandries and Hollow Radiance is complete. He will now be able to actually just sit in the middle of fights and tank everything at this rate. This is looking better and better for free agents. As for 94th as the game goes on. Free agents really needs to find a way to prevent their snowball any further.
I would probably try and feint around the Otacon, make it seem like they're going for it, and then back off, and try and get them to start Otacon, and then jump.
Looks like they have a completely opposite idea, as it looks like Warwick and Therius are just going for it. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Rohan looking to fight the York yet again. Flash Bandage Shot comes out. Ultimate Endurance comes through. 3-man Encore comes in. The Asians knocking them away, and they are actually able to just win the fight astoundingly so. With the amount of damage they have, absolutely decimating Pool here, and they're looking to finish off Otacon. Lots of damage coming off though to take the objective. This objective notorious for chunking out the team doing it, and that's going to be a shutdown onto Biot as Darius finishes them off. George Bush mid trying to get the damage he can to finish it off. They're trying to grab whatever petals they can, as well as the Asians just damaging them for free. Fee firing onto George Bush mid. Will they be able to get the shutdown? No, he just takes 3 skill shots from Visceral and George Bush mid and chunks him out, while the rest of his team is just doing the flowers next to him. Will they be able to finish off kills here? Skier Girl will go down. True Shot Barrage comes in, and that's going to be Protherius going down here. Morning Mist does hit George Bush mid. Will the Ghouls be able to finish him off? He will be able to clear with the cannon here. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Rohan looking to solo lunch lane. He will get the free kill, and he's going to continue pushing into the turret. Cool's back on the map. He's running straight at them. He gets the shutdown on George Bush mid.
Oh, that is not good.
Oh no, that's not what you want to see. That's a massive gold swing to the Warwick there. It was a great fight, but they just lost 1,000 gold with that as well. Meanwhile, Yone, the boss, I got the tier 2 and a solo kill onto the Seraphine.
I think they also got most of the flowers too at Otacon.
They did. Oh, they didn't get Otacon, I think. Oh, I didn't see who got Otacon. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not paying attention to that. No, it was the 94th got Otacon. Yeah, looking at the objective score at the top. So 94th with an astounding lead in terms of just like the objectives in general, but the free agents are slowly but surely just clawing their way back. They're not letting that gold gap get any bigger. They're still very formidable in these fights. Man, with a 10 kill lead, you wouldn't think it would feel as close as it is right now. But these are really close games.
Well, I mean, like you said, the Yorick is always going to be difficult, even when he's behind.
Yeah, he has a gold lead despite being 1-5. He's 1,000 gold up on the 6-kill cannon. By the way, he is caught here by Biot as well. Curse of the Sad Mummy coming through. He has a couple of goals around here, but I don't think it's enough for him to win that. As a Mumu is the most balanced 1v1 champ in the game. You know, I've never seen a Mumu like lose a 1v1 because he's so broken. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, George Bush mid finishing off the Asia on a pick here. 94 definitely making use of their very good snowball coming out right now. But they need to find a way to close this game out. They can't afford to let this game go on for too long. Chum the Waters does hit George Bush mid. The Zonius will have to come out here. Will there be enough damage to finish him off? Nope. Looks like Biot is here to save his life as the Fizz is forced to hop away. Meanwhile, Rohan, the bot side with some healthy Yone pushing, will get the tier 3 here. As no one's alive to defend it. Cool is coming in, but Rohan's just gonna walk away.
This is what he was trying to do last game on the Cho'Gath, And it's definitely working a lot better on the Yone.
Definitely is. Looks like he's going to go for his Bloodthirster now on the Yone as well for some great sustain. He won't be off the map ever with that item. In terms of yeah, gold lead, the biggest one looks to be in the mid lane, as Yone is definitely ahead of the Fizz somehow. Looking for the solo onto Protherius. Fate Seal comes through. He misses it. Has he ever hit it with the camera on him?
I think he got the Seraphina
but it
once.
does. It has hit. It's definitely hit. I'm just poking fun, but it's still funny to see that whenever he throws it, it'll hit. As a
Nice
two-man
one.
encore comes out from Lunch Lady, he will get the CC out. Crescendo comes out in return. They are going to wipe out Skier Girl as the four-man curse to the side bummy comes out. Biot will get nuked immediately. Skier Girl and Rohan, Skier Girl and Biot being wiped out of the fight. The free agents are not out of the game. They're still strong. They will still win fights if you don't respect them. And they're showing it. 10 kills down. Who cares? They had a 3-man Sono ulti. They had ultimate duress coming through. That was just insane amounts of damage to CC coming on their targets there. And that will give them the lead to get Baron.
Seraphina ult, not the Sono ult.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Seraphine on Sono, my bad.
And it was followed right after with the Fizz ult, right in the center
Rohan
there.
coming in to see if he can stop into the Baron. They did get the Baron. Slicing Maelstrom is not up on Kennen, so they can't get anything in here as they are trying to do what they can to salvage this play. I think the free agents are just going to get out, though. They're going to Baron recall, and that's... The game's on their court. The gold lead is narrowed to only 1k. And they have the Baron buff. This is their chance to get the comeback. One good fight and it might just be over for the free agents. They have to find a way to get past this hump. They had to get their lead back.
They need to get a better engage, really, because if they can't get the front of the fight started, then Kennen can't really work his magic on the back line, because he just got ulted, I think, right away from the Tristana, which just knocked him too far back to the Slicing Maelstrom.
Skier Girl might be dead here. She's isolated in the side lane, just farming the Yorick minions. She will have to flash the shark from this here. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Preston's White trying to get some push off. Fate Seal comes through. Double Naka coming out. Rohan absolutely decimating Preston's White. That will be one of their Barons down, and he's going to prevent that push. Going to push it back out into them. He has his Bloodthirster, so he doesn't have to get off the map here.
If they don't respond, yeah, he could take that inhibitor.
They did recall and they had to stop it. There's going to be a very good... The amount of time that Rohan has bought wiping the Yorick here is significant. And I feel like the free agent's Baron is going to fade because of this. They don't have enough time to get any pressure going with it. They did not coordinate their push well enough.
Well, they're trying to collapse on him now.
Yeah, but right now it's just cool at the moment. Rohan trying his best to see if he can get away. Chum the Waters comes through. Lunch Lady here also joined the fray and shut down onto Rohan for Protherius.
Well, they do lose a tower, though.
94 does get the mid lane. Slowly but surely, they're forcing their way closer and closer to that Nexus. They are death pushing here into Asia. Is checking it. 3-man encore comes through, but it's not able to get anywhere as there's no one to back it up. Cool coming in as well. Slicing Maelstrom comes out. They are nuking down Cool. He is going to go down here. Preston is White with the Maiden coming in. Morning Mist comes through, and I think that's just a free Maiden. Oh, this is a disaster. One by one, and the free agents are just dying, losing their members. This is not good for them.
Yeah, that was
They need to
the worst
They need to
time.
prevent the staggered respawns. Big Siege coming out here, but the flash Bandage Toss does miss. Curse of the Sad Mummy comes through. Lunch Lady will have to flash away as well. Bandage Toss does narrowly hit. That was a wild hitbox there. Chum the Waters missed everyone, and they're going to have to escape with their tails including the legs. Protherius flashing forward, finishing off Biot. Visceral getting run down next. Morning Mist does not hit. Double kill for the Fizz. He's going to go for the triple here. Meanwhile, George Bush mid on the other side of the map, making an escape, and it looks like Visceral is able to get away with the shifts.
Well, the Fizz still
Back and
knows
forth,
he's
I'm telling
there.
you. Back and forth. He's still looking for it. He still wants it. Jumps over the wall. He might face check Rohan here. Fate Seal comes through. He is going to get caught here. Zhonya's comes out as well as Rohan will have to disengage. Who really wants this? He's looking for it. I don't think it's happening. You're gonna have to back up. Even with an 11 kill lead, this game is just these teams are so even. They're so even, man.
Yep. Oh, inhibitor? No, not quite.
Wow,
enough.
today should almost got the mid in him just entirely on his own. I didn't even realize that was going on. What the heck?
That was very bold to move that far up without vision, too.
Yeah. Soul Point is going to be coming up soon. I wonder if the free agents will be, if the 94th will be trying for it. This is what they want. Chum the Waters does completely miss. They're down in ultimate. Preston's white position for a split push, but George Bush mid is there to meet him for it.
Well, Yoni's missing his ult, too.
Yeah, Fate Sealed is going to come back relatively soon, though, as there's a flake from Bio trying to come in. There's no flash on him. He Curse of the Mummy only hits the Warwick. Cool might go down here. Aqua comes into him, man. Aqua Cool actually managed to finish off Skier Girl. The Asian jumping in for the flake. Bio missing his bandage shot yet again, but he's going to live with a sliver of HP. It is currently 3-on-3 in the river. Both sides are playing very cautious, but I think they could go for this. Preston's White playing very far away from George Bush mid, not getting the siege off. He should be a part of this fight with TP. He is TPing in. The Asian will be finished off the dragon here with that pressure. Biot has to walk away. There is no soul for the 94th, unfortunately. And it's delayed for yet another 5 minutes. The gold has now pretty much evened out. I think 400 gold difference at 35 minutes doesn't mean anything. Meanwhile, the scaling in terms of just the free agents are showing. I didn't think that they had a good scale compared to the 94th, but looks like it's working out somehow.
Well, Tristana is always going to be, a real problem.
But you would think with like the Yone, the Kennen, the Mumu, the Tristana wouldn't have a game, but it looks to see that the rest of the teams are able to just do a great job at being a threat and preventing Tristana being focused down with peels and their own form of CC.
Yeah, I think they got a little too eager. The Amumu, they ulted, but it only hit the Warwick on the very edge, So it just...
Tentacle fight going on here. It's all 5 of the free agents are meeting up in River here. Can we get an item check before this big fight starts? Viewer wants to see what's going on between the teams right now. A lot of the champions currently have 3 items going to this fight.
Oh,
big spikes
there's
going up for it.
an
Oh my god, 4 minutes because of Sad Bobby! Flash in for the slicing maelstrom for the cannon. That's going to be 2 down. Free agents are going to be decimated right now as the 94 just goes in with a blitz of damage, flashing in with the Amumu and the cannon. Massive amounts of damage coming out. Their T-fight is astoundingly strong. Holy cow, Visceral's godlike be able to finish off Preston's White there. Israel is just doing so much damage in these fights at the moment. Along with the cannon, obviously. And the CC from the move was nothing to scoff at. But that was amazing from the 94th as they were able to get 4 for none. 4 for none and a Baron. Meanwhile, George Bush mid just gonna melt Protherius here. Zonius does come out, but I don't see a way out, to be honest. Shut down for the cannon there as he was, but at the cost of an inhib. I don't know if that's going to be enough, though, as Visceral has been pushing mid with the Baron and a cannon. Warwick coming up. They're not able to finish the siege, but they do have the mid inhib open.
Yeah, this is going to be a tight defense because they don't have any turrets, and they can definitely get that other inhib.
Rohan going in with a lead to 1-man encore here. Rohan absolutely decimating the Asian. Cool here. Warwick is going to die here. Ezreal with a double kill onto Visceral, triple kill. 3 kill onto Lunch Lady by George Bush mid. That's 3 down. And I think this is 94's redemption game. They're going to take a game off the free agents here. And that will be our game 2. We are going to a game 3, ladies and gentlemen.
I told you
This
was the secret
3.
one. They had this all planned out before the first game. They were definitely going with a cannon top.
Oh my goodness, that was absolutely insane to watch. Just the performance of that game. I'm not gonna lie, my bad. I'm gonna eat my words. I doubted the 94th comp, but they pulled off that snowball like nothing. They got that lead and they ran with it. They wanted it, and it worked out. They won. They decimated with it. Very well done by them.
Yeah,
But
no,
these games, as we were discussing, they're just super back and forth. Like, holy cow.
it would have been much worse, but they definitely got the kills where they needed to go, which was on the Kennen, who needed it so badly.
They, they really, really did. Because otherwise he was going to have a really rough lane into that Yorick. Because as I've stated, and as we've seen in the laning phase, Yorick is just naturally good into Kennen as a champ. Even when he was 3 kills down, he was decimating him. But fortunately for Kennen, he got a very strong starting lead, and that enabled him to be able to just take over the game because of that. Very well done by them.
Yeah, they played to their strengths very well. The free agents, yeah, I mean their picks were good, but unfortunately, other than we did mention, the Seraphina was kind of the one that seemed a little odd in their comp, so they couldn't really jump. I don't think they really had any like 2v2 pressure the whole time, even though they were winning the poke fight, but Tristana couldn't really jump in without help from the jungle.
Yeah, it's very hard for a close range comp to be able to do anything there, considering just the ability to absolutely decimate anything in range, because they have Kennen ulti and Mumu ulti, and the natural damage from Ezreal and Yone might be able to just clean them out as well. It was very hard for Tristana to even have presence in that game. So I can see that it was somewhat difficult for them to actually be able to bring anything out of that situation. I was hoping that they would be able to not hoping, but I was thinking that they might be able to hold off on the initial snowball by them, but it just seems like it was too much. Did a very good job just running their lead into them. Very good job.
Yeah, and I mean, Amumu Kennen ult combo is so disgusting. It deals so much damage, CC, and you just get melted.
I think going to game 3, remember, these guys, Soft Fearless, a reminder to the community, this is Soft Fearless. There is now 10 champions off the pool for both teams. And looking at game 2, 94th played some of their best champions with the Yone and the Kennen now out the bag, right? And because of that, it makes it really, really suspenseful to see what they're going to pick up for this game 3. Because game 3, most teams will want their best champs, but I think those best champs are already out. And now we just got to figure out what kind of comforts are going to come out here, what dynamic team comps they're going to forge with whatever's left of their pool.
Well, if we look at the bans from game 2, right? Some stuff that was banned that would be in play: Fiora, Trundle, Nautilus, Galio, Sivir, Lucian, Nefiri, Mel.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be pretty terrifying, to be honest, if the 94th grabs the Nefiri.
Yeah, the 94 being able to grab Nefiri would be terrifying, because that invulnerability is just absolutely insane, but he has been nerfed in recent patches. So honestly, it might be bearable if the creatures are able to coordinate well enough into it. Bans are going to be reset though, as they are able to re-ban champs from the first game due to the rulings we have. Therefore, they can replicate some of their older bans, such as Warwick. Sorry, not Warwick. That's already gone. Like the Kayn, they can remove the Kayn again from Bio, or they can remove the Mel Malzahar from the free agents. So bans are now back out on the table and reset from previous games.
They both felt the supports both banned the other's support from game one. I'm curious if they'll just swap
They
over.
banned their own support from the previous game. Yeah, that was funny.
Let's see if it'll just be Morgana Lux again from the other teams this time.
Yeah, but as it is so far, knowing both teams and seeing the diversity, I feel like so far it's been super interesting to watch these games. I really like that there's not repeating champions. I really like that. Just seeing completely unique champions from both games makes this so much more fun and appealing. And seeing the dynamic cast of characters being put at play, because I don't think I've ever seen like a Fizz in the entire series, and I don't think I've seen a Fizz in like multiple splits of FMC. No one plays that champ. Additionally, the Yorick, the last time I saw Yorick was like 2 splits ago. So I'm glad to be able to see champs like those. I think George Bushman is the only Kennen player I know in FMC right now, so it's nice to see that come out as well.
Yeah, I mean,
But
one
these-
of the advantages of playing something that you don't see a lot is you don't play against it a lot. You don't have a lot of experience countering it.
Yeah. Additionally, just like the inability, I also like the inability to reban the same champions too. That way, like certain players will be able to have their strongest champ at some point.
You can pick your opponent's champ
You could
if you have
really
the
want to
the technique to play that.
Yeah, you could perform. It does take a lot of resources to do, because you need to put the ban in game 1, make the pick in game 2, and hope that the player who picked it can perform it to a good extent that will match your draft, and then ban again in game 3. So it is possible to still completely eliminate a one trick from playing their own champion.
As long as you
But-
can play the one trick, because otherwise you don't just jump onto an Ivern just for the fun of it.
Nah, first time Ivern on the Rift. That's what we need here. We need a first time Ivern being gone out. I don't want the enemy Ivern to ever play their game. But yeah, so then we're gonna go on a short intermission now as we await for the final match, for a final game of the match tonight between the 94th and the free agents. These have been an intense set of games, and I'm hoping that game 3 will be just as fun to watch. Make sure to stay tuned, everyone. This is an awesome series. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone, to our final match of the night. Sorry, final game of the night, my bad. In this best of 3, this has been an extremely intense set of matches between both the free agents and the 94th. And now we are left with the final set of our Fearless draft game. Bans are immediately coming out. Wait, I got cross and double check to make sure that they are not banning anything they shouldn't be. Free agents immediately banned Warwick Kane. Okay, that's on the board. They can do that. Meanwhile, on the other side, 94th, they are banning Mel and Mouse again. This is a very close replica of the game 1 bans they've had before, but the bans did reset, so they can do this. It's allowed. Though the Warwick ban is it's a bit interesting. The Kane ban I can kind of understand. They're removing the Tristana as well. They're just banning picks that they've made in the previous game.
Yeah.
This is probably going to be a very common theme in the soft Fearless, huh? Ban champs, pick the champs that they want banned in game 2, ban them again in game 3.
If you play the same champs, then yeah, they know how good the champs are.
Yep. It looks like 94th is also going to end up banning the Amumu. Having played it themselves, they know how strong it is, and they don't want that in their hands.
They can snatch an early Kennen, though.
Well, the free agents play Kennen. I don't think they have anyone on their side who does play Kennen. They will end up picking the Lux, though.
Oh my god, they really are
yeah.
swapping
They were swapping supports. No way. The Lux is now on the free agents, and the Morgana is on the 94th. An exact opposite setup from game one in terms of the supports. It's going to be a Lux Twitch bot lane. Again, not the greatest duo I've seen bot lane ever, but I mean, hey, comforts are comforts, right? The Vi is coming out as well for the 94th. A very strong, reliable jungle. I'm glad to see it being pulled out here.
Yeah, I'm always a big fan of having a Vi jungle.
The ultimate's just way too good. Cease and desist, being unstoppable to a target of your choice, very good. Especially if the enemy team has a very clear carry for one of their players, you can single them out every single time. Sorry, I was taking a drink there. But anyway, we are going to finalize that with the Pantheon. I don't know if that's a Pantheon. Top, mid, jungle, support. That Pantheon is one of the most versatile champions in the game. He could be anywhere. Meanwhile, the 94's response is finishing off with a Jax. Very, very good champ. All-rounder, strong team fight, strong duelist, strong split pusher. One of the best champions you can actually pull off in a competitive setting. Very popular in pro play, very popular in the amateur, very popular in ranked. So I can see this working out pretty well with them, as they are banning the Malphite here.
Interesting.
Very strange. I assume they picked Jax because they thought Pantheon was top. But maybe they are aware of it, and they're... I don't know. Usually, in most other teams, the top is the last pick, so that's a little strange to me. They're holding off for the ADC mid pick for later. Maybe mid lane counter pick, as they are moving the Zed right away. Not sure if the Zed is worth targeting, as the champ is not very good, usually in competitive, from personal experience.
Well, I guess they just respected his skills from the Yone earlier.
Darius as well. Okay, they think that Pantheon's jungle. Or mid. They do not think that Pantheon's top.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a Lux mid.
It could be. But I fail to see Skier Girl playing anyone else. Knowing her pool, I believe she only plays like 3 champions or so. Lux being one of them, the other 2 already being played. So I find it a little difficult to imagine that they would have her on anyone else. Let alone Pantheon. Oh my god, if she was on Pantheon, that would be a sight. I would be so hyped to see watch that. I'm not gonna lie. Skier going Pantheon. Ooh, they are finishing off with a Jhin pick to the 94th.
So they liked the Morgana Jhin so much
that
they're
Morgana
taking...
Jhin for free agents. Oh, Fiora's coming out. Wait, that's spicy. The Fiora top does come through. That is definitely a Pantheon jungle, I'm going to say. They're going to pick up their mid lane here. There you go. Yep, it's a Pantheon jungle, Fiora top, Ahri mid lane. Lots of pick champions. These guys are side lane demons, with the Twitch as well being able to move around for picks. Teamfight, not the greatest I've seen, because their front line is extremely weak. Pantheon not known to be the strongest frontliner out there. So team fights are going to be a little difficult for the free agents here. But I wonder what the 94th is going to finalize their draft off with. They are down the very last second. It is a Syndra mid. I love to see it. I love that champion. Syndra is such a good champion.
Yeah, she's very strong right now.
Yeah, and she's able to definitely control the flow of fight if she gets a very good stun off. And considering how the enemy team plays, it might work out very well. Looking at both sides, I think the 94th has a much more solid team fight comp in general. And overall, it's just much more stable as a draft. But the free agents have very good potential to A, side lane, and B, kill whoever's in the side lane, right?
Yeah, for
if
sure.
Syndra or Jax is ever isolated, they might find an Ari ulti and a Pantheon spear falling on top of them.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to the last game, really. One team wants to focus more on the team fight, and the other one tries to showcase their laning skills.
Yeah, it's opposites too. Like the 94th was the team fight. Was the comfort picks last time with the Kennen and everything. But this time they're the team fight team. And on top of that, they took the Jhin Morgana, doing essentially a bot lane swap with the free agents. Now they're the ones playing the double roots. Free agents out here with their the Twitch, Pantheon, Ari, able to easily just catch anyone off guard in the side lane. So. Knowing my lesson from last time, right? I'm not gonna rule out the free agents might just win by sheer snowball if they get a good enough starting lead. But ultimately, I still think just the general team setup, the draft setup, the composition, is definitely still favoring 94th, and I think they might have this game if they play it slow enough.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to, I think it's going to be a close game for sure, because again, the Twitch is a very strong scaling champ, but Jhin can throw down so much pain in a single shot.
Yeah, especially he got fed as the Jhin from game 1. I wonder if they could replicate the same results with the same champs, you know? We got to see the free agents play the Jhin Morgana. Now let's see if the 94th can live up to that, because that Jhin was strong. A lot of burst damage as well, just coming up from the 94th, because the Syndra damage, the Jhin damage, it's all very bursty, nothing really consistent. Normally that'd be bad if they had like a tank, like an Ornn, because it just absorbed the burst. But in the case of the free agents, the biggest like issue with them is just how squishy they are as a team. Everyone can die off a stun from Syndra. Everyone.
Yeah,
that's going to make it very difficult for them to open fights into the enemy. If the Syndra is off hiding in fog or in a bush and they face check that, oh boy, is it going to hurt.
Yeah, they really only have, you know, Pantheon stun or Lux root, but as we saw, you know, it's the Morgana Jhin combo that was more painful.
Definitely. In terms of just general CC, as we would know, CC usually wins games for these teams, and just the amount of CC from the 94th is significantly higher. The Vi has like 2 forms herself. Jax has an AoE stun along with a dash that can bring that stun to the team. Jhin, great utility in general. Syndra, easy stuns to be made there. Morgana, Dark Binding is a AFK warning for whoever gets hit. So overall, just the amount of CC coming from the 94th is just astounding. But on the side of the agents, their CC is just very limiting. And the CC they do have is just either single target or at most 2 people. You can't hit more than 2 people with a single CC unless it's Lux. Because Pantheon's a point and click for one guy. Ari's a charm for one person. Fiora parry only hits one person. Lux can hit up to 2 people, and that's not even a real stun. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm really curious to see how this one goes.
Yep. So we are heading into another spectate delay. While we wait for this, we will be going on to an intermission. This will be the final game of the night, guys. Don't miss it. If it goes anything like the first 2 games, this will be a game to watch. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our final game of the night between the free agents and the 94th. They have yet again swapped sides. This is going to be the final game, as iterated earlier. And I'm hoping to see an intense back and forth, because these teams have been relentless in just pounding each other head to head. It's been a fun series to watch so far.
There might be an issue. Skier Girl has no items and is still in their base.
Oh
no.
boy. Okay.
Well, they got an item. They didn't get any pots.
No potions Morgana is gonna be a bit rough. No potions Morgana bot lane. I mean, I guess she has the confidence, you know. Don't need potions so you don't get hit by Lux abilities. Am I right?
Yeah, and she heals from her passive.
Yeah. That's all. That's all the healing she needs. Who needs potions?
Oh, they've moved up.
They are looking for that level 1 damage.
I'll be right under
Luxine might be enough to get something here to start. Singularity. Here we go. Level 1 damage. The root comes out immediately as Lunch Lady's taking his time to get any damage out. That was disastrous for the free agents there, as the agent takes a significant amount of damage to start, needing to barrier right away. What?
Ooh.
But Visceral and Seer Girl have taken a good amount of damage themselves, as well as they keep walking up. The Lunch Lady just autoing them to death. They're not respecting it. They just keep getting hit by the Lux autos, and they're almost dead to start the lane.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, on the top by Preston and White already hard bullying George Bush away from the wave. Oh, jeez. Potions on Jhin has already been used. Unfortunately, Morgana doesn't have any to use himself, so there's a significant HP advantage for the free agents bot lane here.
It's
They
all
might
part
need
of
an
the
early game
plan.
to salvage this.
Now they planned
They
it.
need Vi. They need Vi to come right away because this is not looking good right now.
Yeah, it's never good
Mid
when
lane.
the Twitch is the one that's
Mid lane
dictating
also
things.
trading extremely heavily. Both sides just hitting every spell on each other. There's the double root. The Dark Binding plus the Deadly Flourish. They're already getting started on that. They should have done that when Vi was in position, though. So they're going to need to do it one more time in order to get the jungle gank properly. Gosh. Both teams are immediately just off rip, just already at each other's throats.
Well, it's game
Go
3.
fishing
It's
for
all
yet
down to
another
this.
Lunch Lady taking a tower shot, not what you want to be seeing right now with the HP advantage they did have. The binding hits, but Lunch Lady tanks the root there. Here comes Bjorn with the early gank. Red buff, blue buff is up. Black shield comes through as well. Flash, knockback. Will it be enough as the Dark Binding comes out? Deadly Flourish comes through. First blood for Visceral. Ignite comes out to 8. What an Ignite? Wait, what? I don't think that Ignite's gonna do anything there.
No, it was just a victory one, I guess.
The victory Ignite. But yeah, that was what a drastic difference in expectations based on what we saw at the level 1. I really thought that free agents would have gotten first blood there, but that Vi gank really turned it around. That
Yeah.
lane dynamic is looking more favorable to 94th now.
If only they had vision, they could have prevented that.
They did have vision. They had a ward on it. It was just Black Shield prevented the Lux slow, and then she flash Q'd onto Lunch Lady, being able to just get some damage off before he can get his own flash out. Very well done, honestly. Very well coordinated. Well, on the top side, Fiora poke is proving to be a bit annoying as George Bushmid is getting chunked out slowly but surely. But the wave is pushing into the Fiora here. So who knows? Maybe a freeze can be set up here.
Yeah,
They are both about to hit 6.
No sign of the
close.
Pantheon jumping anywhere.
He did do a full clear reset to get a pickaxe. Vi with a much stronger component to start with, though. With the Earthbound Axe. Root does hit. Does the Deadly Flourish come through? It does. Double root. Here it comes. Combo is just so good. Twitch losing 30% of his HP, getting hit by that Dark Binding, and Flourish together is just too good. Almost as good as Caitlyn Morgana. Mid lane still just slowly wailing at each other too. Oh no, the Asian takes a tower shot here. Deadly Flourish roots him as well. He is very low. Barrier has to come out here. That's not what you want to be seeing right now from the Twitch.
Morgana's going up for the grubs to help out there.
Very good positioning from him as Lunch Lady is doing what he can to pressure him out. Flashes forward onto the agent. He gets the kill as Twitch doesn't have his own flash. Misses the deadly floor, so he might actually get walked down by Lux here. All four shots come through. Barrier comes in. It's not enough damage to finish him off as Cool was going to come to finish, but Lunch Lady had it on his own.
Yeah, unfortunately,
This is
just too
looking-
many minions.
Yeah, this is looking really good for the 94th right now. Jin is 2 kills up. They have grubs on him. Bio tanking a lot of damage crossing mid at the moment. Teleport coming out from George Bush mid to help secure this dragon. I don't know about this teleport. If
Yeah,
I'm gonna be brutally
needed it.
honest, this is a very weird teleport and not doing any favors for his tempo. Dior is gonna be able to get at least a plate here, and he's already up 17 CS. It's just looking really bad. Full disengaging right now. No CC available hit, so they had to disengage. But 94 is now up a dragon, up a grubs, up a kill. This is looking like to be in their favor right now. There is a significant gold lead in top lane though because of that TP. Oh geez, he's gonna be down a whole level and a half. The Jax, he missed 3 minion waves worth of golden XP for that TP.
Yeah, we'll see if it pays off in the long run.
I just think it's so unnecessary. No follow-up route there to help chunk out Lunch Lady. Just finally fishing out spells here. In terms of the mid lane matchup, it is looking really even between the two. They keep trying to trade spells on each other, and there's a minor CS lead for Syndra here. The ulti does come out, but I don't know if it's enough to finish him off here, as Ari is just walking away.
No
Looks
mana,
like
though.
not able. No mana, nothing left. Nothing for Spirit Rush, but Unleash Power is going to be down, so maybe on the reset here, he might be able to take advantage when he comes back to lane.
Oh, my computer is just, or my screen is froze.
Oh no.
Are you still going?
I'm still going.
I am.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm going to pause a bit, and then if you want to go intermission, we could resync our clients.
okay, hold on.
Alright, yeah. New button. Alrighty, sorry about that. Technical difficulties on our end. Spectator client freezing up on for us, but we should be good and back into the action. Not too far from where we left off earlier. Invade is happening right here as Bio does steal the blue buff. They are going to be fighting out. Rohan doesn't have Unleashed Power. Spirit Rush coming out. Season Assist as well, but there's no damage to follow up. The Syndra ult was just used earlier. He is trying to get away here. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Light Binding comes through. Final Spark as they decimate Visceral here. 2 flashes, 3 flashes coming out. Bio and Rohan trying to get away here, but Cool following up with the Grand Starfall. Being able to finish off Rohan there. Wow, George Bush mid just gets tackled in their blue jungle. Will go down. That's going to be 2-3 kills for the side of the free agents.
So we
This
didn't
is
see
this is
it.
the comeback they need.
Just before that fight went down, George Bush mid had jumped on Preston's right and used his ult. So that was down before that team fight had started, unfortunately.
Honestly, very good timing. I don't know. It's probably not intentional, but like both Syndra, Jax all being down there for that invade was such a detriment for Biot's decision right there. Made it very difficult for them to actually secure anything good there, and it ultimately just became a boon for the side of the free agents as they allowed them to get back into the game from the 94th's relentless start. So far, again, it's the same theme as the previous games. One side is a lead, the other side gets a massive victory somewhere, somehow, and then it's just going to go back and forth. So let's see if the 94th will be able to pull back from this minor setback they just had.
Well, the thing about Syndra is she scales, so... Ooh.
Final Spark coming out here as Lunch Lady is trying to run down Skier Girl. Almost actually gets a solo kill. Very strong the Lux is right now. Just outputting lots of damage. I don't know if Skier Girl should be sticking around here. A single Lucent Singularity and she's out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Rohan getting ganked by the Lunch Lady here. The root doesn't hit as he manages to sidestep it. Spirit Rush coming through. Unleash Power is released as well. He is dodging everything. The Spirit Orb, the Charms, the Blinding Lights. The movement from Rohan is absolutely insane in that tiny pocket of space. And he is able to live just by pure movement. Holy cow, that was very well done by him. He does have TP as well to come back and CS, but jeez, that was good. Ooh. Parry bait has been successful. I wonder if George Bushman's gonna look for something here. Stun misses from Rohan here, does not quite hit the Asian. They are looking for a potential dive up at top lane. The spear does hit. Oh gosh, will they try this on a Jax? He does have Counter-Strike available, so this might be a bit dangerous.
Oh no.
Final Spark comes out and almost kills. It does kill Skier Girl as the Asian will get hit by Dark Binding. The ultimate comes out, Spray and Pray coming through. He will get caught by Cease and Desist. It's a 1-for-1 trade. 1-for-1 trade. And now they're looking to see if they can go for the Dragon next. The recall is happening. They are on vision at the moment. They see each other. The root comes out. Curtain Call follows as well. Cool trying to block what he can. Lux off to the side, stopping the Curtain Call. The 4-shot will not go through, and they will have to disengage from each other. The Lux support is the biggest threat for the free agents right now. I kind of think that's funny because they're being prevented from doing anything due to Lunch Lady right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just... Lux can do a lot of damage even as support. And, yeah, their team really is respecting it for sure. Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness, in the mid lane, Unleash Power might come through here. It comes out. It's not enough damage. Oh, I just realized, what the heck is Rohan's build?
So they are both, looks like, going for the Rod of Ages, which...
He already has her built. Rohan decides to take a detour and run a lost chapter. What?
Will soon fall.
You either rush the the Rod of Ages or you rush the Luden's item, but he can't figure out what he wants to do. That's gonna cost him a couple of minutes for the Rod of Ages spike, and it's just overall really. I was wondering why Syndra just didn't kill Ahri there. It's because his items are trash right now. What is this? Build-A-Bear Syndra going on.
Yeah, I don't know why you would go for that. Obviously, last chapter it gives you, more mana, so you can stay in lane. But
It's not worth to delay the spikes of anything. You either go one or the other. The spikes are too much. You don't need mana that much on Syndra. As a Syndra spammer in last season, you don't need Lost Chapter that badly if you want Roa. Grand Starfall goes out into the pit here. Theo is going to get absolutely destroyed here. Spray and Pray coming out. Spirit Rush from Ahri going as well. Skier Girl might get chunked out here as they are trying to run them down. Protheria trying his best to get Visceral. Visceral's movement is really good right now, but it's not quite enough to escape the Ahri's relentless pursuit. And he will go down. They will get Dragon at the cost of 3 of their lives. I don't know if that's even or that was favorable towards the free agents because they are getting a ton of kills. That's their snowball that they're looking for. But the objectives and scaling is favoring the 94th right now as they're stacking dragons, and the later the game goes, the better their team is going to be. This is the exact same situation as last game where one team has the snowball they're looking for, but the other team, if given the chance, they will drag the game back in their favor. So the free agents have to try to find their opening to win early.
Yeah, for sure. It's very interesting. If they didn't get the dragon, that would have been disastrous for sure.
Yeah, the gold lead is looking a little significant here. 3k gold lead towards the side of 94th, but they do get first turret here. Lead is getting bigger and bigger. I still do believe in a team fight dynamic. As long as they play and coordinate their plays just right, they could be stronger.
Oh, jump on the Fiora.
Oh my. Okay, wait. Let's watch this play happen first. As Flash knockback comes up on Preston's White here, who has to flash out on his own, and he's able to get away, fortunately for him. The root does miss. The change comes out. Curtain call comes in. Deadly Force just misses. Lunch Lady's just out and free. Will not go down here. Flash stun coming up from George Bush mid up to Preston's White. Sidra comes to the back. It's a two-man stun. Season assist comes through. Preston White won't go down. George Bush mid does not get away as Cool manages to snipe him with the spear. But Therius walking away here. Unleashed power comes through. It does not quite finish him. It does finish him. The Blackfire Torchbird is quite enough as he will get 2 shutdowns onto Therius and Cool. Significant amount of gold going to Rohan. Meanwhile, on the side, Dark Binding hits Lunch Lady. Final Spark comes out and will not kill. And Biswell will finish him off with a Deadly Force. That is 4. 4 kills for the side of the 94th within the last 30 seconds across the map. Amazing set of plays overall as the Asian is looking to get the Skier Girl. He will be able to finish him off as the Spray Prey comes through. Tons of damage coming out as Twitch ulti's just nasty at the surprise. He flashes forward looking for Visceral. The E comes out and the poison will finish him off. 2 kills for the Asian. The bot lane 5-2 lead. He is powerful right now.
Yeah, that is definitely not the champion they want getting kills.
Yeah. Like, both good things and bad things happened for both teams in that last minute, and it's astounding at what happened. Now, before I continue on with analyzing the state of the game, I want to note that Rohan now has a Blackfire Torch and built his Rod second.
Yeah, I mean,
if he built one into the other, he probably would have killed Ahri at least 3 more times in lane.
well, people are building the, the catalyst just for sustain.
But you should be building the Roa first if you want the stacks early, right?
Well, yeah, but if he's not expecting the game to end soon.
Grand Starfall going in on top. They're going for the turret here. Lots of damage coming out from George Bush mid. Grand Challenge coming out from the Fiora here as George Bush mid is going to try to jump away. Will he be able to make it out? The stun comes through as well, but nope, he will get run down by the Fiora as the parry does come out to prevent the stun. This is the snowball free agents want. They're pushing through with it. It's looking good for them. All around, they're getting picks across the map. Twitch with the 1v2 bot lane. Fiora and Pantheon getting the top dive through. 94th really needs to hold their ground here. Let their team scale up slowly but surely. Both the supports are just playing a CC war here. The Asian off with the flank. Spray and Pray comes out. He's unstoppable. 6-2 score on the Twitch right now. You don't want to see that. They need to get one of their one-shotters out. They need the Vi ulti, they need the Syndra ulti out ready for this, because otherwise he's going to go out of control. The team's going to be absolutely destroyed in a team fight if they don't handle this guy fast.
Yeah, but their team doesn't have all that much engage outside of the Vi. So it's really an honor.
Plenty of things. Like the Jax engage, the Vi engage. Heck, the Syndra stun's an engage.
Yeah, but well, in an ideal world, that Twitch is not going to be, visible in the front line.
That's true. That's very, very true. But even in an ideal world, Vi ulti, can get past the front line. We'll see. But I'm curious to see how they'll play it out. The ball is in their court. Will they be able to hold on to this lead, or will it be back and forth just like before? Because as far as we've observed, like, the game has been very back and forth. Dragon going to the side of the free agents here. Sorry, not free agents, 94. Barry coming out, not quite hitting anyone at the moment. They're looking for this mid tier 1. Might be able to get it. I don't think Vi has the ability to stop him here. There it is, another tower. Sorry, Dragon does go to the free agents as the 94 does not look to contest it.
Yeah, I think they're respecting the Twitch.
That might be Infinity Edge on him. I think he has the gold for Infinity Edge right now.
Yep, he just spilled it.
He hasn't fit. Oh, here comes the 2-item spike. Is there anyone on the map who can even contest him right now? I guess Syndra. Syndra needs to land a stun to make this work. Grand challenge comes out for Fiora as he's looking to see if he can solo George Bush mid. Lots of dashes coming out for Fiora though. I don't know if you'll get away here. Point blank charm coming through. Spirit Rush as well. Portherius gets caught. What is he doing over there on his own? Flash from Preston's White to chase George Bush mid. That's flashes from both of them. He does secure the kill though. And that George Bush mid going down.
Well, they were trying to do their own gank, but they didn't realize there were 3 people there.
Yeah, quite unfortunate. Awkward timing there, I dare say. You're looking to secure vision near the top side of the map, perhaps in preparation to look to get ready for Baron later on. Yo is sitting in the top side, but he has no one to back him up as he gets some damage onto Preston's White. He needs another damage dealer up there, a Jhin, a Jax, a Syndra, because I don't think he could solo this Fiora.
No.
He will just recall right next to them. Lux just robbing Bjort of his camps, teleporting the bot side as they notice 3 top. This is the Revive Otacon!
Oh, they know now, or they should. He just went into a ward.
Yeah, Lunch Lady looking like he might get picked here. Curtain Call coming out as well. He is buying so much time right now. Lunch Lady actually just... Wow! He is... Oh my goodness! Lunch Lady with the moves. He bought enough time for them to take Voracious Atacon. And that means that the entirety of the free agents now has a revive. They have the ability to push their snowball to crazy limits because it won't punish them that badly. And they're going for it. They're going for the tier 2 bot. They might go for the tier 3 even, as it looks like the 94th is looking to push mid with that Rift Herald. The Rift Herald does go down here. The Asian comes out with the Infinity Edge, spray and pray, forcing Rohan to flash away. And they can't stop it because, again, if they kill him, the revive is there. They finish Skier Girl with the Grand Starfall. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Preston is white, and Protherius is taking the inhib at 22 minutes.
Yeah, Jhin is still only on 1 item.
Taking it tier 2. Each side are just taking turrets and objectives from each other, back and forth. Season assist comes through after the Asian, but the revive is there. I don't think he'll get anything. Meanwhile, George Bush mid caught in the top side. Will he be able to get away? Nope, he is going to go down. Protherius didn't even... Oh, sorry, not Protherius. The Asian didn't even die. But the season assist, he flashed away with barrier and walked away in this. Bjort wasn't able to finish off the Twitch there. He still has his revive.
Yeah, for a moment I thought they were just gonna end, to be honest.
Casual Lux support here, hitting the binding and taking Rohan for half his HP. Protherius running in to finish off the kill into Rohan. It's a shutdown for him. Meanwhile, Skier Girl face checking Tool into the bush there will go down to Preston is white. That is 2 down. They are looking to siege the mid-tier 2 now. They might be able to close this game out with the snowball they currently have going. This is a very strong show right now for the free agents. Will they be able to cleanly close this game out? That's the tier 2. I don't think they can look for a tier 3 here as George Bush mid and advice around Curtain Call comes out. Preston's white. They do have their free life. They're going to make full use of that free life. That is going to be 2 down, but no shutdowns lost. And it's not that long of a revive time as they will come up just to try it again. Gosh, I hate Revive Otacon. I also love it. That's the team who has it.
Yeah.
It just allows people to get away with the most devious actions.
It's frustrating for sure.
Yeah, they literally just forced their way through the tier 2 into the tier 3 and didn't get punished just because they could come back to life. Wild. Baron is coming up in the next 5 seconds, so perhaps free agents might look for that. If they get the Baron, they might be able to close the game out. They have a 3.5k gold lead. They have a lot of towers. They're looking for the dragon here. 94th not looking to contest it. They might be looking for a pick maybe, or just too busy defending their base, it seems.
Oop, double Oracle in the same bush.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they might catch Protherius here. Season this comes through. Double stun comes out. Spirit Rush is not able to get him away. Protherius goes down. Grand Starfall comes in, and they're going to look to disengage here. They actually are able to get the kill and run. What a hit and run.
Oh,
Flash comes out onto sorry, Visceral here as he does get caught by Cool. He's going to get solo here. Meanwhile, on the side over there, Final Spark comes out. Parry comes through as well. The chains come out from Morgana, will not be able to actually completely catch anyone. And they will have to disengage here. No lives really lost other than the Jhin here. They might need to reset here before the enemy takes the tier 3 mid 3. Baron is coming up. This is a window of opportunity. They choose to take it. They are looking around. They're positioning for it. The ward is on it, so they will know that they are in the area. I think this is a good time just to reset.
yeah, I don't know. Morgana's not reacting. They're staying for base
They're
defense.
going for it. They cleared the vision. Teleport's coming out. Ahri is going to be there. That's 5 people onto the Baron here. 94th is occupied. They're trying to push out lanes. They don't know what's going on. They don't have the vision for this.
They did see Ari on that bush, but Vaya's not moving at all. They're just giving it.
They give it. That's the Baron for them. They might be able to close out the game. 94th is really on the ropes here, but I feel like if they can survive this Baron siege from them, they might have their chance for a comeback because their team looks like, on paper, theoretically, looks like it could give a really good fight, and it's the longer the game goes.
Well, they have to deal with Twitch. They cannot let the Twitch keep going. Oh,
Ooh,
we have an
they got a pause going on here, stating there is currently an emergency at the moment, and they are not able to pause. Alright, sorry, I got occupied by something. But yeah, there's a pause going on here. Emergency is going on right now. They are saying that they're good to go. So there's going to be an unpause relatively soon, maybe, if they are check each other. But so far, game's pretty intense between the two teams. This is a little bit more favored towards the free agents side as they got the early snowball. And the snowball has been proving to be extremely powerful so far.
Yeah, no, they're getting the kills right where they want to on the Twitch, but the Pantheon is also 5-1.
Yeah, Pantheon, the Fiora, like all their carries have the kills. But I still feel like one mistake, Gold Swing can go crazy. 94th can get back into the game. They've shown resilience in the previous games already, especially the last game. Last game they were clawing their way to victory, just barely being able to secure it. So I'm hoping that they might have something up their sleeve to keep this interesting. Maybe get a turnaround here, but who knows?
The odd thing, I'm looking at the items in the Morgana. They chose the support, the passive one that buffs when you like give someone a shield. But
Oh
that
jeez,
is-
yeah. What the heck is? Oh,
That is
whoa.
not usually optimal on a Morgana. You want the damage, which the Lux went for.
Yeah, you want the damage one. Not only that, but the Morgana went Luden's companion instead of Liandry's, which is I don't see why you would never you wouldn't ever go the burn on Morgana. It just makes more sense. Very strange build coming off a Skier Girl here. I don't know what build she's following. If I'm gonna be honest, that's just weird.
No, because it looks like they're working on the Liandry's now, or at least they got the Seeker's Arm Guard for the one-time use, but it doesn't really
Additionally,
work
just
with
to the Rift Maker and Arya, she's going a relatively tanky build.
Yeah, that's pretty meta right now. A build like we're seeing on the Ari at the moment.
I still think the Syndra's build is strange as heck. The Blackfire, Rod of Ages, and the Zonya just all together just seem very, very strange. The Unpause has went through, but we have a slight spectator freeze at the moment. This happens usually after an Unpause, so we just have to wait for a bit. I still think the Syndra's build is just really bad. I feel like yeah, he should have just went one shot. It should have been Lunens, should have been Shadow Flame, should have been like Rabadons. The Zonias is okay, but the Blackfire and the Rod of Ages, I feel like, are not doing her any favors.
Well,
I've been spamming Syndra, so like,
I think they just wanted to try and be safe, essentially give her more health, but their team that they're going up against very squishy.
oh my goodness, the parry bait from Byo as he intentionally misses his cue to not give her the parry. The season assist coming out right after Grand Challenge for Byo coming out, but it's not quite enough as he will be getting taken down. Byo trying to escape from Protherius right now. Spirit Rush comes out, Charm comes out as well. Byo trying to get away. Grand Starfall coming in to back him up. Spray and pray from the Twitch as he comes to help finish off George Bush mid. Auto attacks coming through. Final Spark coming out. Luckily sniping George Bush mid from off screen. That is a two-man pick right now as there's 4 people sieging the top lane. Curtain call comes through. American Sniper coming out as Cool is trying his best to just defend the damage. 4-shot does not hit his mark here as they do get the tier 2, and no one is going to finish off this engage. Skirgo might get caught by a stun here. Black Shield is out. The Dark Binding comes through. Deadly Forest follows up. Lunch Lady taking the lead here. Lots of damage coming through. Lunch Lady is going to get absolutely destroyed by the full combo from Rohan. Unleash Power finishing him off there. They did secure tier 2 and a couple of kills, but they are slowly getting some kills back. They still need to get the Twitch at some point. They also need to get the Pantheon, but they're holding their own. The base is still up. It's the Baron minions have faded.
Yeah.
Oh man.
As long as this game keeps going, it'll definitely equalize, but it's still, yeah, I don't know currently how they're going to deal with that Twitch.
Yeah, it has to be. The Syndra has to hit the Twitch somehow. That's the only solution. Otherwise, they don't really have much. There's a 2k gold lead between both top and bot lane counterparts. 2k on the Fiora, 2k on the Twitch above the counterparts. But I still feel like one bad fight, it's all over. That fight ended up neutral, so it was still okay for them. But they really need to learn how to close this game out quick. No, Twitch got cut off to the side as he gets hit by double the root, and Cease and Desist comes out as well. That's a shutdown at the worst possible people for the free agents. They gave it to the Syndra. That makes her even stronger here in the team that's already super squishy. Lunch Lady getting caught by George Bushman, stun off to the side here, and he will go down. This is
that's disastrous.
This is disastrous for the free agents. They're losing their lead. They're losing their snowball. This is what I was talking about. The 94th gold time. They're buying time to make this work for them.
They definitely need to push right down to the Dragon Pit right now.
Yeah, the tempo is very quickly going towards the favor of the 94th. They might be able to pull this game back with those shutdowns. The Pantheon's still very strong, but there's a well-known reputation for the champ that the longer the game goes, the worse his champ gets, so he needs to figure out a way to make use of his shutdown before it's too late. It's going to be third dragon. I don't think they will be able to steal this. There we go, third dragon for the 94th here. The scaling's coming through. Oh no. Oh no. Free agents, what do you have in your pockets here? You need to pull something out. The agent getting absolutely chunked out here as he has to walk away. If any of those other Syndra spells hit, he might have been in range of death by Cease and Desist.
Yeah, the Twitch is very, very strong, but they still need their team with them. They can't be out there alone.
Yeah. He got caught by a roam earlier because he wasn't expecting the ward where it was. Syndra getting the stun right over the wall. He can't be caught slacking like that ever again. Ever again. That is dangerous. Syndra now with her own bounty, looking to be the biggest threat of the 94th. They have to be very careful going up to that. Slowly but surely, just farming it off to the side. To Cease and Desist comes through onto Asia. He gets rooted by Deadly Force. Byo finishes him off there. Meanwhile, on the side, Pantheon getting caught by the Syndra. Unleashed Power getting tanked entirely by the Aegis assault from Cool. Unfortunate by Syndra there. Lunch Lady absolutely decimating her support counterpart. Flash comes out, Grand Starfall comes in, Visceral gets absolutely destroyed by Protherius. Flash over the wall by Bjorn as he's trying to get away here. Spirit Rush stalking him to the fountain, into their base. George Bush Mid getting caught by Fiora here. Protherius getting murdered off to the side. Shut down as the Ari will go down. Preston's White trying to finish off the grand challenge. Meanwhile, Syndra on the ramp is finishing off the lunch lady. Preston's White doing what he can to finish off anyone. Does manage to get Bjorn here as he is now in a 1v1. And Rohan on his side of the map. Bot inhib is open. It looks like the free agents will want to finish this up. George Bush Mid is back into the fray with full HP, full resources. He is jumping in, gets hit by the Pantheon stun. Counter-strike comes through, damage coming out. There's no unleashed power for him to finish. There is actually unleashed power for him to finish someone off. He can use it here. Meanwhile, Cool looking to see what he can get. Shutdown going to the Soul Shackles from Morgana. Spear Girl getting that gold. First kill on the scoreboard for her there. And man, Inhib is back down in the bot lane, but honestly, not any worse of a situation they were in 10 minutes ago. And I still think the tempo is in the favor of 94th. The gold lead is closing slowly but surely, and the longer it goes, the worse it's looking. Free agents need to end this fast.
That was nuts. There was so much action, so many kills. At one point, the Jhin flashed directly into the Ari charm.
He did, because the Grand Starfall from Pantheon was chasing him down. He saw it, it almost hit him, and just right into the arms of the heart. Right into the heart of Ari, I should say, actually.
Black imagination.
Oh, man. Both ADCs have to be very safe here. Although the Twitch is extremely strong, we shouldn't be slacking the Jhin. He has IES Collector. He doesn't even need to be anywhere near the fight. Curtain Call from a mile away could support his team. The Deadly Flourish has caught the Asian out twice with the cease and desist from Yot, and he has to stop getting caught out like this. It might actually happen again right here. They're looking for it. Cease and desist comes out again. Deadly Flourish does not come through. Black Shield's not enough. The Asian is barely alive here. George Bushman not able to get the jump off. Spray comes through. Preston is White coming off on the flank. George W. Bush mid pops his Zonia's getting out. Final Spark comes through as well. He's going for it to Asian. He takes him down. That's going to be 1-for-1. Preston's White finishing off Visceral on the back line. Rohan looking like he's going to get run down as well by the Fiora. The flash comes through as well. Perry comes out. Zonia's comes through. He's the only one alive. Is this it? Is this over? Is this victory for the free agents? It looks like it, and they will make it through. I don't see a way that they get stopped here. Is it over?
I think so. Yeah, no, they got
It's
super
over.
minions.
LA
It's over.
minions. Okay. What a series of games between these two teams. Intense, close, action-packed. That was amazing to watch. That was amazing to watch between both teams. But the free agents are here to take the victory. They win the very first playoff match of the season, and they will be progressing to fight the first seed, the 34th Ducks. Oh my gosh. What do you think of that game?
That was crazy. There's no other way to say it. There were so many kills, so much action the whole game through. I loved it.
That was probably the best match I've casted this split so far, because that was amazing. Very well done for both teams. 94th, free agents both played extremely well. The free agents have just barely managed to make it on top in game 3. It was very close to both teams. Very well done. In terms of just raw performance, like...
do you know, is Skier Girl like their regular support?
Yes. Gear Girl is the 94th regular. Usually they're mid laner, but it looks like she got swapped to support this round.
Okay, because that makes more sense. Why some of the like their choices were a little different. Because even at the end of the game, I noticed they never actually switched to a sweeper. They were still on wards, even with the ward trinket.
Yes, that's true. Probably like too used to playing it mid in previous matches. But yeah, overall, I think in terms of like the free agents, we should definitely pull someone for an interview. Who do you think has been the most impressive player from their side so far in like all 3 games?
Oh, that's so hard to pick.
It's pretty hard to pick, right? They play very well in like almost every game. overall as a team. Because in game one, the Mordekaiser was performing very well, but the Jin was extremely strong. The Asian showing solid performance on both the Jin and the Twitch. The Tristana game wasn't their greatest, but like even in this game, there was a Cool has astounding Pantheon performance. Lunch Lady absolutely running the show as well in game 3, just getting picks left and right, movement, buying time for that Otacon overall. But just every player honestly just had their highlights. Preston's White had some amazing duels in the top side, being able to just winning with style against George Bush mid. So I really don't know who to pull for an interview here.
I think Cool probably would be good. They were pretty reliable all throughout the games.
Yeah, the Mordekaiser was decent from him. The Warwick had some pretty solid performances, and this time the Pantheon looked like it was able to hold their own and just take over the Snowball immensely. So we can bring in the Cool, the Bowman. He's around. Let me see if I can find him here real quick. Ready. Is he around? It doesn't look like he's around. It looks like they might have gotten off the night. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know if he's on.
I don't have the view of everyone's channels like you, so I don't know who's on.
Yeah. All right. We will pull someone else. Let's pull. We have the choice between. I see either Protherius or Lunch Lady. Oh, we got Preston White volunteering. I don't see him anywhere, so I can't exactly pull him in.
Yeah,
we need him in a lobby. We need people in a lobby. Drag him in. There he is. All right, let's pull him in. Let's pull in Preston White here. All right, hello there, buddy.
Howdy, howdy.
So it looks like the free agents have been able to come on top in the game 3 against the 94th. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know if you can see my match history, but I've been on a significant losing streak the past couple of days.
So you would say that these set of matches has been very redeeming for you?
Yeah, it's been nice. Going through the entire tournament, we've had a lot of ups and downs, a couple of close matches, and a couple of stomps. And it's nice to when push comes to shove, we were able to come together as a team and pull through.
So, in these series of matches, what was going through your team's head throughout all of them? Because, like, from viewer perspective, caster perspective, they were pretty intense. Like,
yeah, it was definitely a lot. Our captain had to be subbed out today, so we were down that leadership position. But everybody kind of pulled together and listened to each other's calls, played comfortable picks, and honestly, it was the draft where I think we really stood out. The second game, we failed to recognize the Amumu Kennen synergy, so that one was a little bit too much to deal with for us. But I mean, we thought about our picks and how we could work into each other. It was just overall, I could not have asked for a better performance from the entire team. I can't think of anybody that did poorly.
Oh man, so you guys are basically the very first iteration of Soft Fearless in the FMC. How did that feel overall?
Honestly, it felt great. I loved not having all of my champions banned every single game. So that was a nice change of pace.
Yeah, there's a lot of diversity between each team. We literally didn't see either teams play their same champions twice, though we did see repeats like the Lux Morgana swap Rue.
But whatever the meta's saying at the time, right?
Yeah. But overall, it was really, really fun to just watch everything up there. Seeing the back and forths between you and George Bush in the top lane. They were pretty close, pretty intense.
Yeah, me and him have actually had like the most intense duels out of the entire tournament, like match by match basis. I think the first time we fought them, I was playing Fiora into his Riven, and that entire game was just a bloodbath. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun to do.
Yeah, seeing you two fight up there has always been just very entertaining, I think, because you guys pick the most like violent fighters top. Because like the rest, I'm calling you out here, Frost Breath. The rest of the league here, plays boring stuff like tanks and stuff. Just really boring champs overall, man. But seeing you guys pick stuff like Riven Fiora without giving a worry in the world, and just running at each other, beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it's been really fun to play.
Nice. Do you have any comments on what you're looking forward to moving forward? Your next matchup is against number one team, currently seeded in tournament, the 34 Ducks, not Dragons, Ducks.
I mean, we fought them a couple of times, but I'm fairly optimistic for the game to come. I can't say it's going to be a complete stomp, but it's definitely going to be a challenging one. But if we all stick together and keep a level head, I think we might be able to pull through.
Nice. You got any questions yourself, my co-caster, Bluestun?
For the 3 games tonight, which matchup did you think was the hardest?
Definitely the Kennen matchup. Kennen has always been a guaranteed ban for me in solo queue, and I've played him before, so I knew he was going to pick it. So I figured York would have been a nice safe pick for it, and I think I ended that game at 1-7. But a good friend of mine once told me League of Legends is not a team killing game; it is a tower taking game. So that is what I did. I strapped up my boots and I played York to exactly how he was supposed to be played.
Yeah, as far as I know, being a top lane spammer myself, I do know the matchup is extremely favorable towards Yorick. And I'm going to say this, like every time you have gone down, it was mostly due to the Kennen getting aid from his team. Because I remember at some point you were like 3 kills down, and you were just decimating him every time you hit your morning mist. Decimating him.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah, and on top of that, you were up gold for most of the game due to your split pushing. So you can't underestimate just your ability to take turrets, and Kennen can't really stop you from taking turrets. He has very weak wave clear in terms of that.
Yeah, I've got to say the Yone that game was like their whole team just played incredible between the Kennen and the Amumu synergies and the Yone. I think there was a fight down bot lane where he literally did 1500 true damage to me just through his E.
I think I saw
a little off guard.
Oh yeah, Yone is definitely a just really strong duelist. You don't want to be caught unless you're a duelist yourself, like Irelia, Fiora, the likes. But yeah, it's glad to see you guys make it through. You guys have high hopes running to the 34 Ducks. I'm rooting for y'all. Y'all did amazing tonight. Any final words before we end it off?
No. All I'm saying to the fans out there is that everyone loves a good underdog story, right?
Heck yeah! I hope to see you in the grand finals now because of that. That'd be such a great underdog story.
All right. Well, thank you guys for having me. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Heck yeah! All right. That's it for us tonight, folks. That will be our first playoff match for the FMC tonight. We will be having another match tomorrow, which will feature the free agents yet again versus the 34 Ducks. Please stay tuned for that, and we will be back tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone.
Goodbye.